one of the members, even if they get stuck, in that raging sandstorm, that gives you a second chance. And that is what they are struggling with right now. I mean, bombastic side, I should be looking out for a single pick off right here. Maybe the Louis, not maybe, definitely the Louis. They need the shutdown goal, but the Lord is marching down Vichy. We could be looking for a skirmish happening.
Oh, the skirmish definitely is going to happen because Team Revenge of Others, they know want that revenge, the Lord being taken down. This means that Team Revenge of Others can push down the other lanes. Now Moscow, Bakimart, he is farming up quite a lot. There's no one onto the side of Team Bombastic Eye side eye to actually shut down the link, the Loi and the Moscow, the three threats being there onto the battlefield right now to the side of Team Bombastic Side Eye.
I do agree. And if we have noticed, Peachy, Super IM and Ito right here, they are, rotating together. And Baki Mard right now, he has started to, rotate with those mid laners coming in. So even if the Rogers dives in for Moscow right there, the Matilda can easily pull him back, and the Roger can be stuck in a very sticky situation having to face a 1v3 coming in. But we are seeing the camp coming in, Peachy.
Oh, wait a minute. The Sphere of Destruction definitely connects there, but the Eternal God doing the damage. Three-man knock-up. The Circling Eagle being popped as well. The Ling is looking for blood, but oh, wait a minute. A mega kill into the hands of Matilda, but a Beastie, he was the one to pick up the Khalid right there. The Roamer gone. That means that the Team Revenge of Others can definitely dive in more. The Yin and Yang combo doing a lot of damage right there. Three members down. This is an easy inhibitor without a lot, which is quite impressive, Yumena.
I am impressed, Ichi. I was about to say I am so very impressed by the gameplay coming in from the side of Revenge of Others. They are using the potential of their team draft to the fullest. They are using that rotation ability that they have. They are using the diversion play quite well, and they did manage to get Moscow farmed up really well. 12 minute, almost 13. The Lord is going to be spawning in less than 10 seconds. Very crucial for both of the teams. If Team Bombastic Side Eye manages to somehow get their hands onto this Lord, they could turn the tables because it can help them get those inhibitors for their side, which is very important. But the Khalid Rome and the Phobius, we do know they are getting burst down by this Loi right here. So their only option is to maybe try to look for an opening onto the back line and either get rid of the Loi or get rid of the Moscow before they fight for any kind of objective.
That is true, human. Even I mentioned, oh, wait a minute, diversion play coming in. That was just to check out the bushes. But now you know that the Khalid is still around the map but the Lord definitely going into the hands of Team Revenge of Others. Coming back to my point, as I mentioned already, if there was a Bane, he could have survived those situation with this help of a second skill. Maybe try to get the deadly catch on them and try to push them away, get a knock up so that they will get a room to breathe, to survive. But that is what they are lacking right now. The aggression coming in from Louis with the diversion plays and also the Abyss TZ with the Earthquake Shatter. It is like a cherry on top. It is like the final masala you need in your curry.
I agree. We are looking at the 10k goal difference. But wait a minute, the circling eagle already being used.
Oh, the mid turret, the Lord marching in, the yin and yang combo coming in, but the Phobius jumps in with the infernal evil, unable to do so. He gets pulled down to the death. On the other hand, the yin and yang combo doing a lot of damage, and Vexana being taken down. The minions are inside the turret right now. A triple kill picked up by Link right here. Maybe a maniac coming in, but looks like before that the crystal will be taken down.
Amazing gameplay, Pichi, coming in from Revenge of Others. I think I will have to give it out to Luoi. She was doing a phenomenal job with those diversion plays, along with the kind of damage that she was able to dish out. I mean, Team Bombastic Side Eye did not have an answer for that Luoi, despite having a Roger and a Claude who both have the potential, to dive onto the back line. And despite that, both the marksman and the mage on zero. That's very impressive. And I also have to give it to the Matilda because she was doing an amazing job providing the sustain and the heals for her team. Good job from -1. Good job from Khalid and Bakugo right there, initiating those team fights. But it was at
Mhm.
the point where Team Bombastic side I was already very farmed up, PG. They had the item spike and Roger was not able to farm up. Let's be honest, despite having those three itemizations, he was getting burst by the Luoi. I
Mhm.
think they kind of did not have an answer to that kind of composition coming in from Revenge of the Others.
That's true. And there is a reason why the Roger was out of the meta, and I think we are definitely seeing into this. Maybe if they could have gone in for some maybe some other marks, like a fighter type of jungler, they would have pulled it off. But now Numi, did you see the match? Was Louis on point?
Well, I mean, the match was very, very interesting to watch. And yes, I do feel like, Louis did a great job with her ultimates and with those teleportation ultimates. And, as, Yumena mentioned, I mean, I don't know who was it, but someone mentioned about Roger being nerfed. And I feel like that is a good point because Roger has been nerfed with those cooldowns. And, I feel like Roger was not that good pick over here. And though they had the Khalid draft for the team Bombastic side, I was not really good. But then the draft for the Revenge of Others, it was really good. I mean, I have watched Revenge of Others play in the quarterfinals, and they did a pretty good job. They ended the match in like two matches, and Revenge of Others. I'm not being biased right now, but yes, that is the truth. That Revenge of Others are a really, really good players. They might be the underdogs. Who knows? So Peachy, like, what do you think? Like, what are your thoughts on the Roger pick?
As I mentioned already, the Roger, maybe I wanted something else coming into the play. Maybe a Bane would have fit perfectly. And, they would have pulled it off if they have a Bane. But again, let's just see. You know that this is going to be the best of three matches. So the second match, it is going to be a match point for Team Revenge of Others. Maybe we might be seeing a clean sweep, or maybe we will be heading towards game three.
Well, as you mentioned again, PG, this is a best of three. And if, Team Bombastic Side Eye, if they really want to win, they gotta step up ahead with those, with those drafts, with the execution of draft, which is the main point, and with those rotations and the
Think Revenge of Others are playing around those heavy CC composition, and Martyrs could be a good answer against that composition. Go in for a late game marksman because Martyrs can take care of the first 10 minutes of the game, and after that, you just have to snowball around your marksman in the game.
well, that is true. I mean, BNP would also be really good. I mean, Roger is not just it at this in this season. Like if we see best of I mean bombastic side eyes, like lineup, they had those meta like Khalid, Phobius, Claude, and even Vexana. We don't see Vexana a lot, but Vexana is also really, really good for clearing the lanes. But then this time they did not execute it that well. The draft was a bit off, but I mean bombastic side eye, they really need to look out for those drafts if they want to win the second match. But anyways, let's not talk too much. We will be right back after a short break. So stay with us while you guys and us, while we, witness who will be taking the victory for the semifinals one. So stay with us till then, and we will be right back.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to tell you that I just received my cosplay outfit. I am so excited for the Naughty's Cup. Also, just to let you know that the
Now this is a match point for Revenge of Others. They know that they could do it, but we have bombastic side eye. They need to step up. They need to get their aggression on. They need to get their game face on, and they have to win this out match because it, the stakes are very high, Yumena.
Well, I do agree with you, and we are seeing some pretty standard bans and similar bans, except for that Matilda. They are going to go ahead and ban that Matilda, quite understandable, because we did see the kind of potential that she had and the support that she provided her team in the last match. As of now, I think both the teams are yet again going to gamble out those EXP picks, which could work in their favor, but I would really not suggest giving out the Khalid for the EXP. The Rome, not really sure, but I think TG we are going to see some pretty standard bans coming in. Mincy yet again.
I think that they hate Mincy. I know that the Mincy getting into the perma ban when you know that you can counter a Mincitar. You can. There's like. I do believe there are blink heroes, okay? The heroes that can dash, Mincitar can counter them, but that's like hundreds of heroes you have. You have like a lot of options. And yet again, a Mincitar, that is a waste ban, to be honest.
Well, we will have to see about the waist ban. TG, if Revenge of Others gets their hand on that Mincithar, we did know the kind of gameplay that they have. Do you think Bombastic Side I would have an answer to that kind of gameplay? Because we know Mincy, once he gets farmed up and he manages to land that hook with the King's Calling, it's over for you with the Trinity build on him. So I think maybe Bombastic Side Eye does not want to deal with him, since they might be looking to go in with those dash compositions like we did see the Phobias and the Ling onto their side. So maybe that's why they are banning him out.
Oh, yes, definitely. The respect bans are definitely up. They are just using those heroes. Team Bombastic Side Eye are not really don't want to give away the Khalid because it did not work out. But again, Alpha coming into the ban section quite early. Again, I'm skeptical about that. But we'll just see how it will go. Right now, the picking phase it is up. I'm curious to know what they are going to pick. And Suyu was open. Oh, I did forget about Suyu coming into the play.
Yeah, they are going to go ahead and ban the Alpha and the Khalid. They have left the Suyu open. Maybe they are gambling for a Phobius onto their side this time. Yet again, they can go ahead and get that Aurora onto their team as well. But no, they are going to go in with the Zushing and the Edit this time around onto the side of Bombastic Side Eye. Really strong, Teachy, because we did see that Zushin can be quite a menace if you do not lock her down or manage to pin her out of the map. So I'm really excited for the draft coming in from Bombastic Side Eye, because they are looking quite strong this time around.
Definitely, that either when you know that the either is coming to the play, the mid game to the late game quite strong. She can pop those damage. She can sustain a lot of damage as well, which is a plus point for them. But again, Team Revenge of Others, they have gone ahead with a Chow plus an Aurora. I'm liking the combo, but I'm hoping that the Chow would be onto the EXP because roam position. I want a complex kind of a tank, maybe a hard CC tank to come up, combo it out with a Aurora and a Suyu. Because Chow as a roam, he's just going to pick out one member out of all the members, and he can just the follow up could the would be the one who would be dealing damage to them and picking them off. Then what? You don't have anything. So that's why I want to see something else as well. I'm hoping that the Chow would be onto the EXP, but again, Bombastic Side Eye, they definitely up their draft. They are coming with an A game, and this would be a Carmela pick coming in. Now, what are your thoughts, Humana?
I like the Carmilla pick along with the Lantern Flare combo. I have seen quite some combo reels coming in from both these heroes. Maybe they are planning to, play around those disruptions for their team composition. You do have the Earth Shatterer and the Primal Wrath on your side with the Edit pick right there. And like you mentioned about, the the Chow pick. The Chow pick. Yes, EXP lane he is quite good because he can clear those lanes and rotate, onto the team ganks and then go back again. He does not have to overcommit. He does not have to overstay because then he is going to be taken out. But let's just, have a scenario where Chow is the roamer at this point. They can go ahead and pick a really beefy EXP lane yet again, to have that sustained, maybe a Yu Zhong or a Love. The Fovius is still open, Peachy. They could go in for the Fovius as well, because with the team composition, Suyu in the jungle, quite sustainable. Chow for those single pickoffs, Aurora, with those frosty wind and frigid glacier. I think the Fovius can be a cherry on top.
Oh, I'm liking that 4 years option, but let's just see because we are into the ban section yet again. The link getting picked off, you know that the link wall is annoying, and when you pick up, from the side of bombastic eyesight, I do notice they pick up a very fighter kind of assassins, fighter assassins, or maybe a fighter jungler. So they are just trying to choke down those tanky heroes like the Ruby, the Alice, so that it won't be a problem for them. But now again, team of Revenge of Others, one last ban, maybe a marksman coming into the play, but a Julian. This is very odd.
It can be odd, or I am guessing they are having a respect ban or trying to choke out the jungler, because they have already taken out three jungler options for the side of bombastic side eye that could have, worked well with the team composition that they have as of now. The Nolan is still open onto the table. It could be a good pick, but against Suyu, I'm not really sure. Maybe they can go in for a fighter jungle at this point, Peachy. You still have the Martyrs, you still have the Bane, like we were discussing about earlier this game. What do you think? Do they go for a Nolan pick? The Hayabusa is still open. And yeah, I think they're going to go in with the Hayabusa.
Okay, looks like the Hayabusa have shrunken down. Oh, wait, he's back. Anyways, Hayabusa coming into the play. I did forget about Hayabusa. I was just scrolling through the assassin heroes, and it just left my mind. Now, Hayabusa truly a good pick on the side of bombastic side. This is looking good for them. Hayabusa can go in, try to bait out the Pride of Ice from Aurora, and then just come back, and the team could just do the other things. Now again, that Beatrix, very strong picks coming in from the Revenge of Others. Along with the Beatrix, I'm looking at a Franco.
Franco is always a 50-50 pick for me, Peachy, because it's quite interesting since, if you're not able to land those hooks, you have to retreat back for a while. You do have the bloody hunt, but once you're over, you do have to retreat back. You can't stay as a solid front liner for your team. I think Revenge of Others is heavily going to rely on the Chow and the Suyu to be, those damage dishers as well as the damage soakers. And they are also going to heavily rely on those frosty winds and frigid glaciers from Aurora right here. We will have to see if Franco manages to land his hooks, at least 80% of the time. Very strong draft for Revenge of Others. But we cannot say less about Bombastic Side. They do have, you know, cause of blood onto their side. And we do know if Carmilla manages to link at least three of the members onto the side of Revenge of Others with Quad Shadow, the Tone Apart Memory, and the Lantern Flares. Very dangerous combination coming.
Oh, definitely. Both the teams draft A plus, and there we go. We are into the land of dawn, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the second match. This is a match point for team Revenge of Others. Oh, wait a minute. They are going in strong onto that Brody, onto the top lane.
They are going headstrong. I mean, they are looking to choke him down early on from the game so that they can, rotate back onto the turtle objective. I really like this idea coming in from Revenge of Others. They are yet again playing around, the marksman, and we do know how important it is to have the Beatrix farm. Meanwhile, Suyu looking to go ahead and gank maybe the EXP laner, because we do know that before the turtle spawns, it's really important for your team to get onto that level 4 position, both the mid laner and the jungler. But they have a plus point. Suyu does not require to be level 4. But wait a minute. Look at the skirmish in the EXP lane pitch.
Oh, Chao looking for something, was not able to do so. But again, when you have like a 1v1 situation with the Chao, it is the Chao winning up that 1v1 against a Edith. Now, both the teams, they are just farming up, quite impressive when you're into the early game. They are not going in aggressive, they are just waiting it out. The total will be up soon.
It will be, and they are camping, waiting for someone to show up so they can get caught in a really bad position.
Oh, there we go. Super Cactus will be the first blood right there into the hands of Suyu. The flicker coming in from a Beasteezy. He will be safe for now. Now, the Carmilla wasn't able to protect her mage. Super Cactus has to play very safe right now. There is this Franco still zoning out. This is definitely a free total for the side of Team Revenge of Others.
I do agree, and they did manage to get that. But look at the knockup.
Oh, Oh, but wait a minute, Chow trying to get the way of dragon he will be popping that way of dragon, but the bloody hunt coming in onto that Edith won't be doing much, but the Edith is just there dealing damage with the but that Van Skibidi taken down by the turret, quite unfortunate.
Yeah, quite an overextension. I mean, he did manage to get the kill onto the member of Team Bombastic side, but unfortunately giving the shutdown to Zhu Xing right there. Also, I'll have to point out that Zhu Xing was quite going inside the bush blindly. I mean, she was ahead of Carmilla, should have been more careful about the position, but no, they will be
Oh,
retreating back from.
Oh, she will be retreating back, but look at that. Zushin was not able to pop that Pride of Ice. What a close call for Aurora right there. So this means that team Revenge of Others have a chance to do it out. And yet again, Bakimad wins that 1v1 situation against a Brody. Which is really, really good. And knowing that the Beatrix is getting scarier minute by minute.
Gee, I think I just not laughed watching Brody getting hooked like that, but look at the skirmish happening in the bot lane.
Oh, the skirmish is on. The frigid glacier being popped up onto that Edith. Edith coming up with the primal form. Not much going on. She's just trying to sustain those damage coming in. Now, this is like the third time I'm looking at Edith surviving. This won't be the case for when it lands to the mid game or to the late game. Oh, but wait a
Mm,
minute. Wow, mid
she was
game. Sorry, mid lane. Mid lane, there's something going on. Look at that. But Bakimad yet again winning against a Brody. Why is the Brody not playing it safe? Oh, wait a
I
minute.
mean,
Double kill picked up by Bakimad. There we go. The team fight is on, and the Suyu was able to pick up the Zushin as well. A double kill picked up. Hayabusa was taken off. Another kill, maybe. There is the Chow and the Aurora still trying to do damage, but the primal form and the frigid glacier was enough to take down that Edith.
Abyss, TZ, Peachy, taunt recalling onto that Edith right there. The freestyle coming in was quite a spectacle to see. But we will have to look at those hooks, Peachy. I'm speechless.
Definitely, but yet again, there we go. Another kill secured into the hands of team Revenge of Others. This is quite looking strong and a one-sided game into the early.
It is looking one-sided. I mean, like I said, a 50-50 again. The G could not be used, but it got cancelled for some reason. Look at the hook.
The iron hook connecting on to that Edith. Edith will be taken down with the help of Bloody Hunt. What a hook coming in from Super IM. Quite unexpected. Even Edith was not expecting that hook coming in. With that, the team Revenge of Others, they move forward towards the purple buff of the Hayabusa. Hayabusa in jeopardy right now. He moves back. He is low for now.
I mean, look at Ito. He is not scared at this point. He has his eyes pride of ice, and he has confidence on his team. Ooh,
Oh, another skirmish coming in. The Earthquake Shatter doing its job, but yet again, Bakimod wins against a Brody. Super Set 23 being taken down, and Bakugo gets that kill. Another Iron Hook connecting, and it will be into the hands of Ito, taking down with the Hailstorms. And oh, wait a minute, there more skirmish coming in, but the minions will be taken off.
Super, I am doing a phenomenal job with those iron hooks. I have seen, I think this is the first time I've seen him miss a hook onto bombastic side. They're just tossing them into their tower, Peachy, but it's not enough.
Definitely not enough, but looks like Suyu looking for more blood. He will be there. They were picked up by the lantern flare, not much there. But yet again, they will be getting that second tier turret, so it is very good when I'm talking about. But again, Ito trying to get into the position. She is, the Aurora is still dealing the damage onto that minions.
Man, oh man. I mean, I'm going to go back on my point where I said the Franco is going to be a 50-50, and he is onto the better side of that 50-50 right now. The knockup coming in, but unfortunate.
Oh, definitely. Look at the skirmish going on near that purple buff of Hayabusa. There's a Crimson Beacon coming into the play, dealing its damage. But yet again, Suyu, Super Van Skippity gets that kill. Teams are still skirmish around, but unfortunately, a Carmela will be taken down as well. Oh, but
Oh, Skibidi doing Skibidi plays.
that is true. That was overextension, to be honest.
But the confidence is showing right now, Peachy. I mean, look at the goal difference. It's 10K. What are you going to do? Team Revenge of Others quiet farmed up. Even Baki Mard at this point, one snipe shot, 80% of your HP is going to go. I'm just easy being a menace to bombastic side eye right there.
No, that is the job of a best easy to do it. There we go. The iron hook does not connect this time, but the Suyu dealing damage, the Niburu dealing damage, but not much. There we go. The Franco trying to go in, but it would be the Frigid Glacier connecting on to three people right there, and double kill picked. Oh, not a double kill, but a triple kill picked up by Beatrix. That was just a wipeout. Hayabusa was too lucky, to be honest.
Hayabusa was too lucky yet again another risky pick coming in from the side of team bombastic side I right here Peachy because against a fighter jungler I would never recommend you to go for an assassin jungler for your side because unless he manages to get the early snowball which it's the semi-finals Peachy, let's be honest, the other team, quiet or deserving to be in the semi-final as well, and there is a reason that they are in the semi-finals. So trying to look, down onto the other side, thinking, okay, they'll let you have an easy time onto the jungle. It is never the case. Almost 80% of the time that I have seen an assassin jungle being picked by a team, they are getting shut down right in their jungle with an answer, with a fighter pick coming in. But Peachy, I think they should have gone for a fighter jungle as well this time.
I do agree with you, Humana. As we know that this is an assassin meta, that means that the fighters are getting prioritized. Fighters are the one giving the short calls for the game. You have seen how the Khalid was the one trying to, through the last game, the Fovius was the one trying to go in. But unfortunately, the damage was a lot from the side of Team Revenge of Others. Even right now, Chow is the one trying to go in, trying to get that way of dragon, doing so much so that that team would be getting a pick off right there, and they were quite successful in it.
Oh, the quad shadow being used to clear out that minion's good decision by Red because at this point he's 0-0. He does need that gold, coming in for him because if they are looking for that itemization spike, they should be playing a little bit passive. But my only problem is the Franco is not going to let them play passive. Landing those iron hooks, he has been doing a great job. But what is Red thinking?
Oh, another man down. This will be the Hayabusa being picked off. And looking at the itemization, the gold is there. Right now, Hayabusa at a 4.7k gold. Oh, but wait a minute, the skirmish is on the top lane. Look at that. Zushin was able to pick off with the iron hook, but not enough. Will be taken down. The side of team, the Revenge of Others are still low. They are still trying to deal damage. And yet again, the wipeout is definitely there.
I mean, I don't really understand the Sky Piercer coming in from Zushi. But wait a minute, Pichi.
Oh no way! Bakimud was able to take down the Hayabusa right there. The Crystal looking very low right now. For 70% of the HP already blown off. This is not a good thing for the side of team bombastic side. And coming back to my point. Hayabusa is underfarmed, way underfarmed, and even Chow is underfarmed. He is at a level at a Chow, even though Chow is not dealing a lot of damage. He's just there into the team fight, but again, mid lane, both the teams are skirmish. They are just trying to deal damage to each other. Oh, look at the Chow going in. Bakimut get again picks a kill onto the Brody. They go in. The inhibitor is definitely into their hands. A triple kill being picked up by Suyu. That was a maniac, but that Beatrix stealing up that maniac. There we go. You 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 always have that one kind of teammate in your team, and there we saw Bakimut doing it, and with that, the crystal will be taken down.
Peachy, the fall coming in for the side of Team Bombastic side, I would not say alone was the Hayabusa pick. They lagged the CC quiet a lot onto their side. Yet again, like I mentioned onto the last match when we were, analyzing the end game, I did mention a point where Team Revenge of Others heavily playing on that CC potential, and they did that yet again. And I think I'll have to give it to Aurora right here. She was providing, those setups for her team. Like I mentioned, they are heavily relying on this Soyu and Aurora combination coming in. Team Bombastic side, a good draft. Maybe a Super Cactus should not have gone in with that Sky Piazza because she was not able to manage to get any kind of kills. Second item that too Brody was getting shut down as well, so they couldn't have an answer for the team. Gave Baki Mud quite the space to farm up. Look at his itemizations. He's 17, 1, 10.
That
The
is true.
most farmed right now.
And look at the goal difference between both of the marksmen. Beatrix at a gold with 10,000 and Brody with 4,600. Not a good matchup. Brody was playing it too aggressive. He was thinking that he could get the Beatrix, not being able to do so. But Bakimat, his items are almost up.
Almost up, Peachy. I quite agree. And this is the kind of advantage that you have on a fighter jungle. Like you can get on those early fights. They did not let Hayabusa yet again farm in this match. And unfortunately, I bombastic side, I will have to step down the ladder, Peachy.
Definitely, it looks like it was a clean sweep and revenge of others picking up that win. What a game coming in. Numi, were you enjoying this match? Okay, well, looks like she will be back soon, but let's
I
just
think she's in
talk
shock,
about
Peachy.
definitely
The
in the show.
one-sided match, the one-sided early game match that came in from the side of Team Revenge of Others. Even I was shocked. What is happening? They were shutting people down, left and right. The first mistake that happened from Bombastic side, Zushing walked in head first into the Aurora's camp. She should have let Carmilla
Uh,
go in, and right on from there they started to snowball, the early game goal for their team. Even small mistakes can make a huge difference, Peachy. I think I don't have to say much about that anymore.
That is true. That is true. But again, that Hayabusa getting ganked minute by minute, not being able to breathe as well. Revenge of Others, quite an interesting name, and they're just playing by their name. So this is how that they are playing it out, quite aggressive, so that they won't be losing out that onto that gold. Nomena, I did notice into the last game they were, the early game was quite into the hands of Team Bombastic Side Eye. Yet again, they were just trying to take a advantage. They are just trying to farm it out, which really played into the hands of Revenge of Others. The late game, which is a very crucial time of the game, you know that you have to dominate it. You know you don't have to get a wipeout. You have to play it safe. That is what they were lacking.
I do agree. And they were not able to manage the goal gap as well since they were getting, pushed down onto their towers so much. I think the Franco also did a really great job with those iron hooks. I think we'll have to give it to Abistizi here as well because we were skeptical with the Chow pick, but I think he did an amazing job with those, G Kundos and those knockups that he was landing on time perfectly. Good gameplay coming in from both the sides, and congratulations for team Revenge of Others here, PG.
Oh, definitely. What a game coming in. And this was it for the semi-finals number one. And we will be back again with game number two, which would be again a semi-finals in a very, after a short break. So don't go anywhere. Bring in your dinners, bring in your water bottles because this game was definitely interesting. And do share, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to download Mobile Legends 5v5. It is available onto the Play Store.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to tell you that I just received my cosplay outfit. I am so excited for the Naughty's Cup. Also, just to let you know that the prize money for Mobile Legends cosplay event is 25,000.
What? 25,000?
Yeah.
Like for real, 25,000?
Yeah.
Guys, I got Rumi's outfit, so now the 25,000 is mine.
Has pulled up of the actual draft. And since Sarah, you mentioned one of the team's gameplay and their players, so do you think they're going to be going in for a CC heavy comp, or which favors team fight, or they're going to go for a sustained brawl comp instead?
Considering Team Omen Whisper Legends banned out on that Matilda, they should be going in for an assassin type of comp because Matilda is mostly used up when the comp has a lot of tanky heroes such as the Alpha in the jungle or the Martyrs who could be going in, and even the EXP is a pocket pick such as the Phobius who could sustain a lot in the team fight, and along with the Matilda's healed shields and the Circling Eagle and even the Flask of Oasis passive, that is what helps out a tanky comp. So Team Omen here, they should be going in for an assassin pick themselves instead of letting Vengeance Art pick it up. As for the last ban from the side of VA, they should be going in for that Jukshin ban as we have seen in a lot of tournaments. But instead, it will be an Aurora ban coming in from their side.
And they've left a lot of options open. Both sides have a lot of picks to contest against, and we just have to see who is going to be favoring what, because there's just so much right now on the map for both sides to play. And I don't think it's going to be easy for either team to decide what they want to actually pick up because of how much is left on the field for both sides. But there's not much hesitation from Omen. They instantly went for that the Zuzhan. Not much hesitation on that side because that hero is just so good at what she does, and it makes sense to pick it up.
Definitely, Baldo. Like you were mentioning, I did say that the Jukshin should be banned out, but instead, Jukshin is the one who has been picked off from the side of Omen. A bit of a miscalculation coming in from the side of Vengeance Arc, but then again, I'm sure they have some kind of a plan in their mind as they will be locking in onto the Suyo as well as the Phobius, two very good picks in the current meta, and the Suyo who is especially good in the jungle because he has a lot of potential. He can deal damage up close, he can deal damage from a range as well as immune himself and just walk out of those team fights because that is just how good he is. And even the Phobius will be there to soak up as much damage as possible from the teams, from the enemy team itself.
And Phoebus is a really great option against the Zuzhan in a sense because he's just so good to zone out the Zuzhan from the team fight. As long as you use the Phoebus to push away that mage and scatter the backline, you can do a lot of damage, especially if you pick up some quick burst single target dishing out heroes like the Brody. or maybe something like even the Ixia. We are seeing a lot of her being picked up right now. The draft is kind of favoring an Ixia because you could use her against this comp which Omen is running right now, except for the avatar of the Guardian that the Gatotkaч use. There's not much in the way for lockdown CC.
Exactly. From the side of Women Whispered Legends, as we can see right here, it's that crowd control which is going to be coming in. The Lantern Flare is there, the Sphere of Alpha is there, and even now the Avatar of the Guardian will be seen thanks to the Kathut Kacha pick coming in from their side. So we did think that they will be going in for those assassin picks since they banned out the Matilda, but here they are actually picking up on a tanky comp itself. Answering that, Vengeance Arc does have to pick up on some sort of a gold laner who can dish out enough DPS to melt down those tanky picks, preferably the carry, the Claude, or even the Beatrix, who has risen up in the current meta in terms of ban and pick rate.
There is that, there is just so much coming from the sides, but I really am liking the Vexana pick that Vengeance Arc has pulled up,
আপু
because the Eternal Guard.
এটা ফান্টাসি খাবো নহয়
Unfortunate situation right there. We would have liked Ray to be muted up because here we can see that the second ban phase is nearly complete. Harith ban coming out from the side of Omen Whispered Legends, and Beatrix and Khalid being banned out by the side of Vengeance Arc. As we were mentioning, the Beatrix isn't going to be picked up but instead banned out by the side of Vengeance Arc, as well as that Khalid continuing on the 100% ban rate.
And I think the real whispered legend is probably Ray, with the way he's on still on the mic. But moving back, the Harith ban is done, and it's the final ban for Omen. Then they have to decide what will they take out, because Vengeance Arc still has their roamer up and a possible gold laner. So they could choose to take out some marksmen. Maybe a Claude is a good option to catch these guys out. But instead, they've taken out the Moscow, which is once again a perfectly reasonable pan because of how good the Spear of Destruction is on a proper marksman player. And I think since we're at this stage of the tournament, you will have good players on either side. So you have to account for every single thing. You're not going to find people who play just one hero and they're not as proficient in the others. You have to account for everything. But speaking of accounting for everything, they did left the time traveler open. It is the Nathan who will be secured by Vengeance Arc, and we will see how well he scales, because right now that Nathan is an absolute win condition for them if this game drags on to the late.
Absolutely, with the Moscow band out, the Claude as well as the Nathan are the two justified picks coming in by both of these teams in their goal lane phase. And then again, the Joe will be picked up in the EXP by the side of Omen Whispered Legends. That is kind of an interesting pick. Oh, but then again, Baldo, the Cho could be going in the roam position, while Gato is the one who goes in the EXP lane, and that would be something very interesting to see because Gato versus Phobius, very interesting combat. Oh, to finish up the draft of Vengeance Arc, Carmilla, the very strong pick right there with Nathan, who could dish out a lot of damage after he has two items, and the Vexana, who has way too much damage with her first skill and Eternal Lord combination.
And the Cho is, a really interesting pick. But I am liking the draft from Vengeance Arc so far. They do have a lot more options in terms of the variety of damage that they have. You have a lot of lockdown from the Bloody Curse of the Carmilla. You have the Vexana who can zone. You have the Fovius and the Suyo. A lot of chase. But at the same time, if they do not take their early game fights well, the fighter and bruiser comp that Omen is running will just run through the there's not going to be a vengeance arc, there's not going to be a redemption arc either if it's not played right. So they have to be a little careful.
Exactly, Baldo. And then again, with that, we are already on to the land of Dawn. And Not repeating the same mistake again. This time, we are seeing these teams, they're just gonna brawl it out, and as expected, it is the Gatot Kaja in the EXP lane, and the side of Team Omen will be going in for an early EXP rotation. Both of these teams very strong and familiar names in the current Indian scene, but we do have a technical pause coming in, and with that, I do think, like, what would you say about the drafts of both of these teams, Baldo?
And speaking of the draft, I told you I was just talking about it. Like I do prefer the draft from the Vengeance arc, but it is easier to scale up with that comp as long as you don't make misplays. But that's the thing; you have a very small margin of error on both sides, and whichever team does a better job in the early will have an edge. And especially in the turtles, because if that alpha is able to pick up those turtle buffs for himself and his team, that attack bonus will get them through until the late game and give them an edge in most of these fights. Any amount that Gato can sustain will be more he can heal up with his passive. But the Nathan is their main source of damage with his basic attack, which is does so much damage with the with the calamity side. So he has to be careful about what he plays.
Exactly, Baldo, and I would be agreeing with you on that. Team Vengeance Arc does have the draft who would be scaling more and more as the match progresses, because Nathan, once he picks up that Feather of Heaven and Stadium skit, he would be the one taking the advantage in the late game as compared to that of Team Omen. Now, coming back to Ray, if he is still available with us, he, like, what do you think, what are your thoughts on in the current game situation, like which team would have the exact advantage near the objectives such as the Lord or Turtle? But oh, Ray, I am sorry, we would be
No
coming
worries.
right back to the match. We'll have you post results, and then again, Maldo, please carry on.
And there's already a little action going on both sides. It's not an action as in like there's a fight, but it's more of like the teams are really in sync. They're rotating in groups of four, a big clump, just searching for something on that map, any opportunity to take. They're trying to steal the opponent's jungle. And that's one thing about MOBA 5v5 I really like. But speaking of that, there's a slight skirmish. The Alpha does charge in. The Zuzhan brings his opponent back into their midst, and she will get carried down as the first blood picked up by the Alpha. And that is what I said. Omen can commit hard, and they have a lesser issue with the amount of sustain they have on them. Vengeance Arc cannot be losing the early game right now. They should wait for their turtle, and now they have already begun on it. I expected Omen would push on that turtle, but I guess okay, yeah, they did reset the turtle. They're kind of worried about the gank.
Exactly, because Alpha is on his blue and King Cole, the Suyo, is on his blue as well and will have the faster route towards the turtle itself. And he could have just stolen it out had Team Omen continued on that turtle. But look at the Juxian. She is well aware of Elder Chickfil positioning. That Kamla cannot just hide in the bush. She is gathering up a level 4 from the mid lane. Juxian trying to poke her out and deny that minion EXP, but no, all members of teams, like both of the teams, they will have reached their level 4, and the turtle fight is about to break in, Baldo.
And the action is underway. We'll have to see who gets the retribution, but it's the Alpha. Puni with the Alpha charge. There is some more action. The Fovius jumping down, throwing his monolith on the opponent, and there's no way Alpha can sustain that sort of damage. The Zuzhan is there, providing support to her teammates, but the Fovius caught in the midst of it all as a double kill picked up by the Suyo. And I think that is a very reasonable trade for the red team because they picked up two very important kills for themselves.
Exactly so, Waldo. That was a smart positioning and gameplay coming in by the side of Vengeance Arc as they took down those teams and like the side of Omen players and secured the like did not secure the turtle but did secure the team fight in that position and secure the goal lead in their favor as well. Nathan here, he is aware of that Joe in that bush. He is playing it safe, but the Joe will be landing the dragon cake coming in, but the purify has been baited out and the blazing duet coming in. The Nathan does not have his escape and will be taken down. But the Carmela with that vengeance trying to save Nathan but will not be able to do anything by just staying under that turret.
And those slight issues are what add up to a lot because right now that Claude and Nathan both go really hard in the late game, But the Claude has that battle mirror image with which he can be a lot more mobile on the map, make a lot more escapes, because the Nathan only has one reposition that is afforded to him by his ultimate. And while the cooldown on that is low, it is not enough to be viable to use multiple times in a team fight like the battle mirror image, because it's so good to juke out. But right now, the Cho on top, there has not been a lot of action from the Cho. It's been like, general team fights. There's not been really crazy sets. But I think he's playing the smart move by actually waiting for it rather than forcing issues, which their team does not need, because as long as they scale comfortably. But what just happened? As I spoke, the Cho dove in for a fight and he paid the price for it. A pathetic was not that was not the play to make, but no worries, they can still get back into it. But the Lord has begun. The blue side, without their roamer, starts the Lord, but he has the retribution. That finger is absolutely on point, secures the objective for his team. But a beautiful alpha charge, catching two and taking them down. It's three people down from the side of Vengeance, and Omen is the message. They're sending a message to their opponents that please watch out and do not take us lightly as they take up the top tier 3.
The moment they are making the plays, Team Vengeance Arc is losing out in this game. And look at that, Team Moment is just sitting so close to their faces. They're going to take in advantage of every single moment in this team fight. They are winning, and Team Vengeance Arc actually needs to step up if they want to make a comeback in this game, because Team Moment, they are far ahead. They have the 3k goalie, they have the kill advantage, and once again, Joe trying to do the kick, but will be interrupted in the minute by Baldo.
And there's a beautiful bloody curse. There's so much damage that Suyo's in the thick of it all, but Kratisi getting a kill onto Umeo. They want some more, but the avatar of the Guardian catches two. He wants some more. The Phobius falls. And that, my friends, is an absolutely beautiful play coming out from the Gato, changing the complete tempo of that fight, because it looked like Vengeance was finally getting their vengeance for the damage dealt to them. But that Gatotkaч with the avatar of the Guardian dealt them a new dose of trauma.
Absolutely, Baldu. The moment just seems so well in sync. So you will be stealing out with the retribution on that EXP, the creep EXP. But then again, they're looking for an engage in the top lane. Gato will be trying to clear off his minions. Joe trying for a possible engage. Joe is actually the only one who is missing out a bit from the side of Team Moment with his engages. But the rest of them are so well in sync that it is not really making a difference during the team fights.
And that, there is, I think Vengeance, despite losing these fights, they would do better in 5v5s, because outnumbered, they're just not it. And that Cho, once again, diving in deep, trying to bait out that ultimate of the Vexana, succeeds in doing so. That's a really important resource to bait out before the team fights. And that's the third turtle picked up for Alpha. And on the top side, there is some action. They just want to take this turret out and get some win for them. But Gato is going to get caught out, uses up the revitalize, and I guess they will back off for now, fearing the retribution from the Omen. And Suyo, is there something happening on top? Look how deep that Cho is. There's literally no backup for him, but it's just him and Gato going in. And I guess that juke really worked out, because I feel Vengeance is under the Azar. Oh, there's a battle mirror image and a beautiful kill picked up by Umeo. And they also picked up the tier 3 mid. And right now, the tempo is completely in the hands of Omen. 3 turrets to their name, along with a 5k goal lead, close to a 5k goal lead. Vengeance needs to do something fast, Nark.
Exactly, Team Vengeance Arc has to be named as Vengeance Arc right now, because otherwise things wouldn't really be looking good at them. And once again, Joe trying for a possible engage onto us and Nathan, but we'll just have to back off, because both the side of Vengeance Arc, they have to play it safe now. Otherwise, they would be losing out on any single lead that they can find in this game.
And on the bot, there might be something cooking by Vengeance Arc. They did a good ton of damage onto that Claude, but just the battle mirror image took out like a 10% of his HP. The alpha charges in alone, but I think he does not need to worry, because look at how much this man's sustaining. The blazing duet picks up the second kill, a killing spree for this Claude. He's at a 301. The bounties on the side of Omen must be absolutely insane. But it is also an opportunity for Vengeance, because they could use a really good bloody curse with the sync of that Nathan to turn this match around. But the first thing they need to do is stop engaging first. They do not have the goal lead. They need to be a little patience, a little patient with what's happening. They can defend the lords. They have a lot of lane clear. They can just hold their inhibs and wait until that Nathan gets that power spike. He gets his third item. He gets his holy. This game is going to be theirs.
Absolutely, Baldo, and Team Omen is just progressing farther and farther in this game. And then again, it is 10 minutes through almost, and the Team Vengeance Arc is actually 6k gold in deficit, though they should have been the ones winning in from the early phase itself. Nathan should have scaled up by now, but if we can see the items, we will see that he may have secured two items already. He actually skipped out on the Stallion skip and went ahead for the Divine. That I'm not sure exactly how that would play out because Stallion skip is one of the main score items for Nathan. So we would have to see how this plays out for them as Lord is going to be marching down the bot lane.
And I think he's going for the Calamity next, but he should be rushing the Holy Crystal because the Nathan gets most of his burst from the Calamity's passive rather than the Divine. The Divine is not always a mandatory item unless their team is really magic defense heavy, which they're not really running for right now. They're going for that semi HP based build, which the Divine is not gonna do as much work compared to a Holy Crystal build, but that is still all right. They still have the Suyo to finish off. They have the Vexana who does a lot of HP based damage. But did you just see the Zuzin has picked up a Sky Piercer?
Exactly, that is something I'm not exactly surprised about, but then I would love to see how that plays out for Romeo from the side of Omen because she does have the damage potential. She does have the front line from the Choga, the Kacha, as well as Alpha to actually play around, secure her passive, and knock people up a lot. And the Sky Piercer, once it's time, would actually get triggered considering the side of Team Vengesak is still quite far behind in terms of farm as well, and they wouldn't exactly be able to run away from there.
And right now there is there's a kind of lull in the fights on both sides. There's not much objectives on the map to contest. The Cho is there just providing vision. There's no way he's going to try making a play because there's nobody there to actually give the damage either. While Zuzhin does a lot of damage, it's not enough to stop these guys from escaping. So we just have to wait for the Lord right now. And Sarah, what do you think Vengeance Arc needs to complete the comeback?
Protect the Nathan, get him his core items once again, and just let him take a few of those shutdowns, especially on the Claw as well as the Alpha, if they want to do anything in this game other than recall itself. But Team Omen, I do not think they're going to let it happen because they are processing like them not processing, they're progressing so fast right now, and they would be trying to go in for the second lord of the game as well. It is going to be quite the quick end coming in from their side.
And that lord is getting absolutely shredded out. That is that is when the HP based melt, those fixed damage of the DHS, the corrosion, the glowing wand, alpha's passive, that's a lot of tick damage, and it looks like a really small minuscule amount of damage, but it adds up when you take it from four different sources. You end up losing 10% of your HP in an instance. Actually, it's not even a second because you get bursted instantly. And the Zuzhin on top of that does have the Sky Piercer. So if your luck is bad, you're just gonna end up procking stacks for her.
Exactly, that Jukshin will just be scaling up, up, and upper away. And if we could just see that Vexana did pick up on that wishing lantern, so she would have a bit more damage potential during the team fights if Carmilla can actually land her ultimates. We haven't really seen more than one good ultimate coming in from that Carmilla, and with that, the Lord will be marching down the mid lane. And Baldu,
Oh my god, the avatar of the Guardian, that was perfect. He is catching everybody, uses the Winter Crown, and actually manages to make the escape. A beautiful set. The Lord is there, the turret is locked, and that Aegis crumbles. And the first game goes over to the side of the blue team. It is Omen Whispered Legends, but they are making a very loud statement with taking home match one of the series.
Absolutely, Baldu. That was an amazing team fight and synchronization we saw in inside the base crystal of Vengeance Arc. That too, the after of the Guardian connected that Alpha using up his Spear of Misery and with the Winter Crown, and then the Cloud with the Blazing Duet into the backline forced the entire team of Vengeance Arc to go inside that base and just stay there. They couldn't do much. They couldn't come out. They couldn't deal damage. They couldn't
The utility coming in from that Gato was just too good. He was not omnipresent in the match. He just made sure he did his job with his ultimate. And I really love that because a lot of the Gato users try to focus more on the taunt and the basic attack proc. That's not needed. When you have the Avatar of the Guardian, which is one of the largest ults in the game. So yeah, that he did his job. The Zujin cleaned up. The Alpha absolutely phenomenal, and I think it was a really good effort from the Suyo. He was able to catch up and farm as much as possible, but the goal lead just got too much at the end of it.
Absolutely, Baldo. And with that, Ray, we will be having you right back with us. Please give us your opinion. Who did you like it here?
I think definitely Omen Whispered Legends. Their synchronization and the teamfight initiation on every gang, it was really, really top notch. At least better than what Vengeance Arc was able to execute on their end. And I think at the beginning, I was really, really thinking, this match could lead to anywhere because they do have the Suryu, Nathan, and the Phobius, which are really, really good picks in the meta as well. But the Alpha and the Sushin, they are really strong contenders as well because Alpha he's someone that can mirror Suyu completely, low cooldown as well as initiation. He even has a true damage, which gives him the upper hand, and we see that happening right here. So the execution was on point. But one thing I really, really found it really odd was that, you know, I guess Claude is dealing a lot of damage, but Shushin, she was also dealing quite a lot, and the Carmilla didn't really prioritize any magic defenses. Even the Gatot was dealing sufficient enough damage, I believe so, because his Avatar of the Guardian was landing quite a bit. So I think she was getting melted down quite easily. I think after the dominance, she could have gone for the Radiant and maybe the Blade Armor. So that was a little odd itemization. But other than that, I think Vengeance Arc, I think they need a little bit more execution and synergy compared to what Omen did. So basically, that's it. Anything else you'd like to point out, Baldur, to like what can Vengeance Arc really do? Like could have done in this game? What do you think?
The first thing was they should have contested those turtles better because they had the edge in the early game. There was no Gutto at that point. It was 4v4. The Nathan should have been more involved in the fight, and even if he wasn't, the opposite EXP lane should have stepped up. But I think overall, not too bad of a job, but that was where, the game, kind of went wrong. But I think, do you have anything else to say, Ray, about it? Because this is what I noticed.
Yeah, I mean turtle fights. If you keep giving them out, it's not going to end up in your favor. Especially if you're not trying to control the macro, if you're not pushing, if you're not doing that much, try to focus on the objective. But I think, game one will be taken by the side of Team Omen Whispered Legend in this best of three semi-final series. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking a short 2 minute break. So do stay tuned because we still have another game on hands and we have to see if Vengeance Arc can go in their Vengeance Arc as well and take the victory, or will they also crumble and fall down to the whispers that is Omen really making?
Hi guys, I'm so excited to tell you that I just received my cosplay outfit. I am so excited for the Naughty's Cup. Also, just to let you know that the prize money for MOBA Legends cosplay event is 25,000.
What? 25,000?
Yeah.
Like for real, 25,000?
Yeah.
Guys, I got Rumi's outfit, so now the 25,000 is mine.
Guys,
I'm running away. I got my stuff. And don't forget that the Northeast Cup land prize is $3,000. See you guys. I'm in danger. Okay?
What about 2 lakh plus diamonds?
Yeah, the 2 lakh plus diamonds also. Bye.
Will be reaching the finals.
Would be banned out, but that would leave a lot of other options open.
And that is the trade-off you will always have. The more you leave open, it kind of the more you take out in ML, the more it just feels like new stuff keeps getting added. It's like you're getting punished for having options in this game. But that's what makes it special, because you can't just playing micro or macro. Macro is not just playing inside the match once it starts. It starts off when you draft. It starts off at your research. That is the concept of macro. And you think you do it well, you win the big game. But to get to that win, you have to also make sure you have the micro for it. So that's that's what makes RTS games so special.
Absolutely, Baldo. And with that, the Matilda would once again be banned out in this game. Matilda is another one of those support roamers who is coming up in the, not exactly coming up, she has always been in the meta, but she is being prioritized as these teams are picking out or banning her as one of the priorities always in every single draft. And once again, we can see that Vengeance Arc would be picking up on an alpha as their first pick, a very strong jungler at the moment with a lot of sustain and damage output, especially a lot of true damage output. But the Woman Whispered Legends would be answering that right away with a Gato Kacha and Aurora pick. Another strong EXP lane and mid lane pick coming right out of there, because Aurora, she has one of the best mid lane clear abilities right now.
There's no hesitation from the Aurora, because the cooldowns are so low for that pick. So there's a lot of you can also be bait out some of those abilities before objectives, because I've seen some players they kind of fake a gank where the Aurora will act like she does not have she's misplaced. You dive onto her passive activates. Then you're like, if I've already spent so much, might as well spend some more and kill her. She's gonna flicker out, and then you're gonna chase, you're gonna get ganked, and you'll also lose your objective or a turret after all that effort you put in. So, that Aurora has, a lot of capability to, perform those outplays and make those big time sets for her team. The Frigid Glacier is just too good to ignore. And right now, the Khalid is out. We're also in the second phase of the ban phase. It is up to Omen to decide their last two bans. They're gonna go in turns of one each before they go to their final two picks. And right now, it's Omen taking the decision about what they want. They're gonna stick to the same ban as the previous game. The Harith, the cat-eyed gold laner, magic damage dealing menace, who is just so good hopping around the game, will not be present for us to view. And I'm sure Vengeance Arc has someone who's just that good on the Harith that it is absolutely necessary to ban it out.
Exactly, Baldo, and apologies about that. I am right back in Ferguson Highlands, the side of vengeance out this time. Look at that tankiness in their comp. I'm actually impressed with how well those teams are. And then again, Team Omen Whispered Legends are also doing it pretty well. They did pick up on the Aurora, who, after picking up the Wishing Lantern, has a very good potential to merit out even tanks. And here we can see that the Nation has also been picked up. So it's actually a reversal of the drafts that we could have seen in the first game.
There's the switch up once again. Give picked up the high lows this time, and looks like Vengeance Arc is trying to cosplay Omen, and Omen is reciprocating. It's like, I will show you how to play, the Nathan Gato, right? The Nathan, and they're like, no, I will show you how to play the Alpha, and I'll actually beat you at the same hero you beat us in. So, we always love to see that kind of drama, but I don't think anything like that actually exists. It's just as casters trying to make it a movie for us and just create some more hype behind it, because these are the best teams from their state, and they only the most deserving one will be reaching the finals.
Absolutely. And with that, we have another Xbox pick coming in from the side of Omen Whispered Legends. And with that, the draft is almost coming to an end. And I do believe that Team Omen Whispered Legends need to pick up on a pretty good act. I think a healer would do well for them, but the healer would also be doing quite good for the side of Vengeance, are considering how much of sustain they have in their draft right now.
I think they need someone to do burst damage in the early game, because apart from the alpha, everyone else will just walk out after that fight. So they need someone who can do that instant burst, like someone who can finish off the work that their frontline is doing. You need someone at range, and I'm absolutely in love with that Valentina pick. It is gonna be so good over here. The Gutto alt, the reposition to escape the Gutto alt from Nathan, the last insanity, which will be doing damage, displacing, and an immune for the Val, and finally the frigid glacier, a really really good pick. And I was kind of surprised when Omen left out the hero. They chose to ban the Cecilian instead of the Valentina, and let's just hope Vengeance Arc is able to use this hero to its maximum potential, because I'm really really liking the draft from the Vengeance Arc. I think it's visible in my voice too, but it's evident in my voice. But yes, but the Yuzong pick, what do you think about that, Sarah?
Yes, that's kind of like I should not be siding, but then again, the Yuzhong is a bit of a weak pick here, considering Team Vengeance Arc has sustained as well as DPS now that they have picked up on the Claude and the Valentina. So the Yuzhong during the team fights would actually be melted out pretty fast. And while if you wouldn't mind carrying on for a few minutes, I will be joining you right back.
No worries, not an issue at all. But viewers, the draft is set. The stage is ready for our semi-finalists in the game 2 of the Northeast Cup. Please cheer on your favorite teammates. We are having an absolute show. The draft is beautiful from both sides, and we'll have to see who can do it best, who will cook the rest. And the fight is already underway. Both lanes are in the mid. They're trying to fight for that dominance, and clearly Valentina with the help. But on the bot side, both the EXP laners already going at it, and that's what is so fun watching EXP lane on the cam, because they're always beefing, man. They're always beefing with each other. And the Gato already using up his revitalize, going in the mid lane as a roamer. I think he has gone for an encourage, because the conceal would not be that good on the Gato. But yeah. Meanwhile, on the top side, the Nathan just clearing lanes, playing really aggressive. He knows their roamer is not with the Claude, and he's trying to punish him a little for it. Also, the Borg trying to take up a little farm on the bot side. Viewers, please like, share, and interact with the stream. We also have an other really, really insane match. Gonna be Evil facing off their opponent in the next game, and we'll have to also see who will be there, who will they face against in from that match. You're gonna get one finalist, and you're gonna have one from this series. Competing for the best of the best from their state. So please cheer on. But right now, there's already an action. The first blood picked up by Apathetic. He is redeeming himself after the performance in the previous round. But Mihawk responds, and another kill. Two already on the side of Omen. But this is not good for Vengeance Arc, because they need this win. But the turtle has already begun, and it's gonna get shedded out by the fire missiles of that Borg. And meanwhile, both sides just having to reassemble and recalculate what they want to do, especially Omen. Look at how they're pressing against the map. This Nathan is playing like an exp laner. Benedetta, the way he is playing so aggressive, he's on their side of the jungle, and I think he's finally gonna back out. Doesn't want to push for that gold, gets the gold crab too. This is what you like to see, a really really confident guy on that gold lane. He knows what's up. He knows. And look at that, using that ult as a taunt, but there might be some action. They want to charge on the Alpha, preemptively sensing some kind of worry, gets a warning from his roamer and uses the charge instantly to back out to prevent anything else happening.
Yes, Baldudu. And meanwhile, Sarah is having some technical issues and she fixes it up. I'll be taking her spot for now. So, Baldudu, how's the game going so far? Because I'm seeing the lead is on the hands of Team Omen again, I think. Yes.
Yeah, the Omen is once again taking the reins, in this early. But look at that on the bot side. Once again, the Avatar of the Guardian. Look at that combo. Absolutely beautiful. One CC combo after another. Alpha did not get a chance to even move, man, before he got melted.
Yes, like this side of Omen, they have such good synergy because somehow they hit their ultimates every time. So like they have a lot of synergy, and that is something that I think the Vengeance arc is really struggling to fight off against because you can't really fight off a synergy unless you have your synergy of your own. And so far, the goal lead is on their hands already because only not even 5 minutes in, and I see around 2.5k goal lead on their hands already. And I think there could be a potential engage in the top lane, Baldudu.
And dude, that Claude is trying so hard. He's dodging so much, but there's no way he's gonna survive. He will fall. Nathan uses reposition along with the flicker, but gets caught out a little too deep. But the Avatar of the Guardian, catching three, the last insanity, chasing more. They want some more, but it is not gonna be enough. The Alpha is trying to catch that Gato, but he's gonna walk out safe and sound. Only the Nathan paying for the folly in that top side. So the scoreboard still in the favor of Omen. And yeah, dude, this is the issue, Ray. They do not have anyone for instant burst damage from the side of Vengeance Arc. They need to keep hitting all of their skills 2 to 3 times for them to even get a single kill. Meanwhile, that Nathan and that Yuzong is putting in so much AoE damage.
Lot of AoE indeed, and they're getting fed, bro, because they're getting the gold, they're getting the resources. They just got another. I think this was the second objective, I believe, the turtle. I'm quite not sure yet, but you can enlighten me on that later. Alpha just got his hands on the Warx, but I think Xborg is quite ahead of him already, and they are making sure to pick off the goal lane as much as possible, knowing if they can give Nathan the breathing room to farm easily, this game is on their hands, and this is something that Vengeance Arc weren't able to pull off that much. And there's an engage possibly here as Xborg is charging in.
And once again, the export trying to make some plays, but nothing will come out of it for now. They just get the objective on the top side, the turret, and
Mm-hmm.
steal as much high ground as possible for themselves. Moving on to the invade, and they pick up that blue buff too. The goal lead is slowly moving towards 2k in favor of Omen. But look at that Claude with a solo kill gets while we're not paying attention, but the last insanity used up on the high lows. They clap back. But a really, really good play from the Claude, despite being underfarmed. This man from Tripura is doing an absolutely phenomenal job.
He is definitely on the level 99. On the bot lane, though, we see a potential pickoff happening. Oh,
Oh, on the bot, the Frigid Glacier with the CC, the Hailstone Blast. Too much for Alpha to start. And right now, these guys are chasing onto the Phobius. He's dashing off with his Monolith. He's buying as much time as he can, but he will not make it out alive. Sent back to the base with some tears in his eyes, as that Aurora's glaciers must have ripped him a new tear in. And right now,
definitely.
the turtle has begun. They are using the fire missiles, and once again, an uncontested turtle. The third turtle once again moves onto the side of Omen. It's looking like a repeat of the previous game. Vengeance needs to do something, and they need to do it fast, Ray.
They definitely do because like they just lost out three of the objectives, which the total amount of gold and XP going to them would be a lot. And they have even secured like three of the turrets in the mid, in the top. Like they have secured all the lanes so far. The first, the tier three first, I forgot, but basically the end turrets. So that is going to be a valuable resource and giving them a lot more map control already. The river as well as all the side lanes are in their hands. So you will be able to make more window of opportunity and ganks as soon as possible. And look at that. Like, this is what map control gives you. They have so much comfort, and Nathan doesn't have to worry about losing his lanes. He can rotate to any lane and farm as much as he wants. Although level 99 Breeze really performed the level 99 move and was able to take down Nathan solo, I don't think it really matters because look at the damage. He's not even able to melt out the Draga armor that Xborg has, and that is not looking good so far. And unless there is a, I believe so, there has to be a little blunder happening on the side of Team Omen, and that is the only possibility they can make a comeback because I think they're already hungry for an engage in the bot lane.
They look how heavy they're driving on to this guy. But the Gato is gonna probably just ult out to safety, and he does exactly that. This is the issue you have. There's nobody for burst damage. Hylos lost half his HP by the time his pathway he reached the end of his pathway. Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all for Vengeance. The goal lead also is so high right now. It is 5k up and counting. They need to get back, but I don't think they're going to be able to contest the Lord with what they have right now.
Yeah, they are not in this situation. They don't have the control. They are lacking behind of goal lead around 5,000, which is a lot considering this is only 9 minutes into the game. It is still mid phase, so they have lost a lot of touch in this. But look at the engage happening in the riverside.
And there's some more action happening. The glorious pathway being used up to not but any use because they got their objective, which was the Lord. The Lord taken up almost instantly as soon as it respawned after that turtle take. And yeah, that Lord is going to be marching down the bot side for for Omen instead, and Vengeance will have to once again be on the defensive and hope Omen make a mistake. But it doesn't look like Omen is planning to make a mistake right now. They're really safe, and they baited out the blazing duet before that Lord marches down. A very important resource for Vengeance in this defense.
Absolutely. And I think Valentina is just not, it's just not being utilized at all. I think something else would have been much better considering, despite and they're being so aggressive, knowing they have the upper hand, knowing they are in the driving seat, and there's nothing much the side of Omen can really possibly do. And engage happening as AOG
Oh, the
goes in.
avatar of the Guardian! A beautiful catch! The kill onto the Phoveus, but Breeze responds with a kill on the Gato, but the double kill, triple kill. Is he going for the Maniac? That Lord is gonna march down. There's nobody to clear the lane except a Claude who is alone with Dexter. Will it be enough? I don't think so. The last insanity used, they're just gonna mark down, chase, and zone out this man as Vengeance Arc will be knocked out in the semi-finals. And it's gonna be Omen who will take this win and the series moving on to the finals of the the Tripura round.
Yes, absolutely. They like what a beautiful engage is coming in. This cutout, I mean, absolute deserving of the MVP. There's just nothing. His ults, the avatar of the Guardians, absolute cinema. Apathetic on the question mark. That is definitely what his enemies will say. Like when he's coming from the sky to dive in, they'll be like apathetic. So that's the reason he has the question mark, just like art. And what a beautiful engage on the cutout, man. Like I think this is so far one of the really impressive cutout catches I've seen so far, and what a brilliant play. Omen has the synergy and they made sure of to get the map control, denied the goal lane, denied the jungle. Just beautiful overall execution so far. And I think they were, after all, the win goes to the better team, and they were definitely the better team. As we're back on the desk, I am the host, but I took up the caster spot. Sarah, are you with us?
Special
Were you
Yes,
mention to
yes.
Sarah.
Right back.
Special mention
Sorry
to
about
Oh,
it,
she's here.
guys.
She's here.
But I'm back.
Hello, Sarah.
Yes, yes. We are
Were you
back
able to
right
witness the
there.
match?
Yes, I did. And Team Omen right here will be taking the victory right there, and it's actually a 2-0 secured by them against Vengeance Arc, which is quite the feat, I would say. I have known Vengeance Arc for quite some time, and they have been performing extraordinarily well in all tournaments, but Team Omen here surely won our hearts with that performance.
Yes,
And
absolutely, sir.
absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you for your insight. And Baldur, what do you have to say about this game? Because you were there from the beginning. So, you know,
Well, in terms of draft, they were going so well, Vengeance Arc on both rounds, but they kind of messed up. In round one, they had nobody to frontline and, create that setup, keep them locked down so that their backline does not get chased. And in game two, they did exactly that. They took too much frontline and they didn't have anyone to burst them down. The Claude did really good for a Claude, but I would have rather seen something like a Brody who could do some early game damage and lessen the pressure. And maybe the Valentina was the good. I really like the Val pick, but it was not executed right. So Vengeance Arc, while doing good, was just not the play for them to make.
absolutely agreeing with you there. The Vengeance Arc, they will be denied their vengeance as they will get clean swept by the side of Team Omen Whispered Legends. And just like you mentioned, those weren't whispers, those were loud horns, especially coming in from the Tototacha. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're closing in with the semi-final series of tonight. Sorry for the state of Tripura, but there's an announcement, something that you guys have been waiting for. It is going to be Team Evil Esports game, which was delayed last night due to the scheduling issues, but they will be playing, they will be coming in, joining in this game, and the casters will be coming in as well. It is going to be Kronos and Linwall as well. So you guys gotta bring your friends for this one because the match is going to be spicy. And with that, we'll be taking a short 5 minutes break. But Evil Esports, they're already here. We will have to see if they will be taking this crown live, or will they be one of those squads that will go down in this tournament that will get eliminated just like the other top two. So ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned and we'll be right back after a short 5 minutes break. So hydrate yourself, take some water. We'll be right back, and grab your popcorn.
Thank you guys, and good night for now from my end.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to tell you that I just received my cosplay outfit. I am so excited for the Naughty's Cup. Also, just to let you know that the prize money for MOBA
on. Lib Gaming looks like he's just he's just there chilling in his room.
It's all right. So we both, different clothing, but same vibes for all hype for today's match. Evil Esports and Team versus Why So Weak here. Although a lot of hype for Evil Esports, so a lot of expectation, guys. A lot of expectation. Even the chat also. But yes, we'll throw it back to Lib for now.
Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting match. Like, did you see the Joe from Evil
Yeah,
yesterday?
the dog man, bro. The
Dog
dog,
man, got that dog
Oh
in
my
him, boy.
god, man! The last kick, like he kicked Beatrix. Like
Yo,
He was
thank you,
kicking
yeah.
I was watching that exact moment again and again, again and again.
Yep.
I was streaming at the time and I was watching it again and again. I was like, yo, what is this?
Oh my God.
After the live stream, like after the like stream casting,
Mhm.
I was playing and I started using Joe.
Oh, he inspired you. The dog
Yeah,
man
yeah, yeah,
inspired the dog in him
yeah.
to get out and start kicking people left, right, and center. I'm just surprised you didn't go out in the road and just started kicking people because you felt like Joe.
That'd be crazy,
Ah.
bro. That'd be crazy. Wait,
Yeah,
Cross, you want to ask something to Lip Gaming before?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lib.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't. I knew I was gonna. I already told Lib the question I was gonna ask, but I'm not. So I'm not gonna ask that. I know one thing. I heard Lib Gaming. While I was eating in the background, he said something. Why So Weak is so strong that they beat Lib's team in the tournament. I know you're looking for revenge, Lib. That's why
Yeah,
you're talking about the dog man.
I'm with
that you're
Evil. I'm with
kicking.
Evil today. They are gonna kick Why So Weak. They defeated
Why
my
so?
team, so they're gonna kick Why so weak today?
Why so we gonna feel extra weak today? So
Mm.
weak,
Mhm.
so weak.
Actually, why so weak? The team, I know the team. So actually, they are all players, like they are OG players. They know the game. They have lots of experience in the game. They're really
Yeah.
good.
Yep. So that means it's gonna be OG players versus OG players here. Evil also, the OG players. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
battle of the olden days.
Yeah, and I think the battle of the olden days is just given the fact that how evil esports, before the tournament even started, people are like, Kronos, evil esports, are they taking part? Evil esports, which state are they from? Evil esports, they're gonna make it out to the LAN phase? Are they gonna make it through the online phase? Are they gonna make it to the state final? Hey, guess what? We're gonna find out, ladies and gentlemen, because we're gonna go straight into the giraffe phase for this one. Why so weak on the blue? Evil Esports on the red, of course, Linville on the death, along with myself, Kronos, and now we're gonna make it go crazy.
Indeed. And it's going to be quite interesting. Best of 3 series. Evil Esports, they're not going to be the first one starting, which somehow we have seen them play a little bit more better in those drafts as a second pick because they do still have that option for getting the double pick. Usually bans are quite the usual ones for the side of Evil Esports. They have these target bans, which they've been going for almost every single match. Sometimes they opt for Suyo, sometimes they opt for the lane, which we have seen Viv play on it. So we've only seen very few assassin heroes from him, or let's say jungle heroes this time around. If Weiser Week goes for those bans, so it's gonna be looking a little bit more sketchy for Sad Evil Esports. But they're gonna start us off with a Matilda.
Manipuri rap for a second so that everybody can come over.
I mean, I'm not really good in Manipuri, so forgive me if I mispronounce anything. But okay, actually, match the young wiser in it. Evil Esports said, "Why so weak?" Now I can't do this, bro. I'm so sorry. Personal. Hoi. The Carlos Kasi ay lip nga layer mo na. Horen hujik desto horror paganda Manipuri London nga sira na kanba atu mali ko kangro na atu toram terba atu hujik ti ay kutang leri lip di kona horen nga ni casting desk sa paganda atu bands ti lara le hujik cross nom bizrega. Yeah, cross you can take it.
Hey, whatever he said, guys, I believe him and whatever he said. So of course, right now we're getting ready to rumble. It is the time of the day. It's actually past the day. We're no more on the 24th. We're already on the 25th. And Evil Esports started the day bright and early, ready to play this game. Semifinals. Why so weak? The underdogs in this one. They have no pressure on them whatsoever. So, of course, Evil Esports have all the pressure on them. Matilda, Hylos, Zushin being banned out. On the other side, Suyu, Khalid, and Vexana. They leave that show open. I think, oh my goodness, Linwell, no way.
Wait, we thought they were the second pick. But that's a chip on the first hand here. Nonetheless, on the hands of Evil Esports here, who has had a wonderful time in setting up those fights in the early stages, even with a chip, or sometimes goes with the Franco Choi combo. We did see that in the previous rounds in the quarterfinals. But this time around, that's a chip, guys. That is gonna be. I think this is one of the very first time in a long time we've had a chip in any of these games, which usually he's been banned out for so long. But this is going to be a super interesting match here, Carlos.
You know what, Linwell? I'm going to pull up my ban and pick sheet right now. So, of course, we will take a look. In round one, folks, those of you who don't believe me. But in round one, Chip was banned 100% of the time. His win rate is 66%. He was picked 3 times in 300 matches. 300 matches, he was picked 3 times. All right, we're talking about Chip. Round 2, always banned. Round 3, always banned. Round 4, always banned. Top 8, always banned. Now we're here in the semifinals and they decided to leave him open. Costly mistake.
Yep, indeed. Or who knows, maybe Weiss a Week has a strat in mind to counter this. They do have the Carmilla and Gatot. So maybe pop the Curse Blood when the portal comes through. Maybe a strat, you never know. Weiss a Week here could be plotting something, but looking at the Sicilian here alongside, it's going to be slightly more difficult. Maybe that situation could have been a bit more better with a stronger early to mid mage. Even the Aurora or the Vixana, even in this case with the Logi, could have been more stronger for those setups, I'd say. But Evil Esports here with the Ling and the Grok, which is gonna be quite the phenomenon to watch. Especially, I believe the Grok is gonna be on the hands of the Dogman here, who, he just performed tremendously well. We've just been talking time and time again about him, which is shown us why we should be talking about him. So this game, if he does play the Grok, I'm gonna be pretty interested in watching him play that.
Yeah, I think the Grok on the EXP, the chip in the roam, looked like Viv in the jungle with his Ling. I'll be honest, I'm not convinced with his Ling so far. I think this Ling definitely going to be a different story. It could be Dovapon, but on the other side, the lovers unite. Sicilian and Carmilla right next to each other. Carmilla, of course, will do great as a counter against this chip with the Curse of Blood. Sicilian looking to dish out that late game damage, going to be susceptible to this Ling. But the Gato looking to dive in and add onto the AoE that they have already.
Yep, indeed. And he will have a really fun time. But, Cars, this is the case with the Gato Gacha, which is either a win scenario or a lose scenario, which mostly, if teams have good micro skills here, they are able to dodge the AOG. They know how teams are going to set up for the AOG. Sure, you have the Carmilla, but alongside that, you need a little bit more oomph for setting up those fights. So a lot of pressure to this Gatot if he wants to land those skills. Maybe he's going to preemptively aim them. So, which it's a 50-50, But why so weak there? They're opting for the Nolan here, which I'm liking a little bit more. He will be having those fast rotates and fast jungle clears. But he'll have to keep a lookout for the side of Evil Esports here, who just might invade him. There's a chip, there's a Grok, and a Lu. Yee! My goodness, dude. Evil Esports just might go for early invades here in this case.
Yeah, I think these early invades, this Lu Yi, oh, no way. Well, this is too much. They're getting too greedy on the side of Evil Esports. I hope, I've not seen such a greedy draft in a really long time. They have the chip, they have the Lu Yi, they have the Ling, they have even a Garak along with the Herod. You're dominating every single lane except for the jungle. Why? Because the Ling needs the late game power spike. He's going to be the hyper carry on this one. The Herod's going to be dominating the early game on the goal lane. The chip's going to be dominating the roam position. Of course, Nolan is the win condition for why so weak to start snowballing early on to get those fractures, to get that extra creep on the other side. Level 6 to level 4 is what they'll be looking at before the turtle. So I think little. What do you think about the draft? I think they're too greedy, but it could work.
Well. See, this is the point, currently. They're greedy, but you know why they're greedy? They're greedy for that W. They're greedy to go to those finals. They're greedy to show their fans, we can make this work. And the only way to see that here will be this first game. Sure, they're going against the Beatrix, which is gonna be quite difficult in those team fights. But we are on to the land of dawn, ladies and gentlemen. And we are going to start us off. Kronos, the board is looking very level for both teams.
Yeah, I think the fact that the board is looking level so far, it's going to be a tough one coming in. A Rook trying to zone away. Look at that. They get that sun going in. That's first blood down already. And that's the pressure that I was talking about. That's the pressure at Shenzo from Ohio right now. Feels like he is a Minzy YZ. Minzy, right? What do you call it? Minzy?
MNZ. We're going with MNZ. It sounds cooler. Minzy just sounds like a dating character from some all retro game, which I'm like, nah, this guy's too cool for that. But yeah. For now, as you said before, Cross, very greedy. They are getting the kill, and I thought the team side of Weiser Week would have given them a little bit more respect because you're going up against a chip, a low Yi. No way you win that early game, especially against a Sicilian. Holy, it's gonna be so hard here coming on. First game here, first kill. Probably gonna go for another one, maybe in the midsection. Looking for an objective. No one hesitating a little bit, hovering over. Could catch the Luoyi Kirsaki if he goes to the bush, but no, he plays safe. That's the macro we like to see from the side of Evil Esports. But the Rock is the first to take the contact. Tries to go in. No, not gonna connect. There is the fracture. There is the tempest of place. Goes into back line, but now dashes back out. Rook is the only front player left with. Tries to go in alongside his team, but it's a little bit delayed for his side. Waiting for an opportunity, perhaps here. Rook playing up the lanes, getting those level 4s. Everyone level 4 right now, ready for the team fight, possibly. That's about to start up, and Harriet will be ready with the recall. But Beatrix recalling there is quite tough decision. Mr. Weak, so much damage getting bursted down. Kill going on to Kirsaki. Backline here looking quite strong there. Charge on X. Tanking a lot of damage. They use the AOG, but there again, it's so hard to land with AOG, as I did say earlier. It's only proving that point and solidifying that fact. Massive portal, though, if he wants to recall and goes directly into it, that's just a free teleport for side Evil Esports the bot lane section. MNZ has to force out the flicker. Does he has to do a Jamal force, though? That's so much damage here coming from this Beatrix. Double ultimate available. Third though being contested by side Voice so weak. Oh, Kirsaki just might be in some trouble. Supposed to use the flicker with the Tempest dash and gets it successfully. Well, there, Rook here, hovering a little bit over here. 3-0 right now, currently for side Evil Esports. Voice Week did get a turtle, but they'll be looking to capitalize perhaps with the jungle farm. And for now, Evil Esports here winning those individual fights and macro plays. But overall, here, objectives looking on the side of Voice Week, as they might be going for a gank in the bot lane section.
Yeah, and I think they are trying to get something going indeed. But for now, zone them away on the side of White, so we can look at that. Stangen cost comes out. They go in for the back impact. Rook not being given those portals to go back. You can see ASAP LE right now channeling that inner rapper in him, trying to get that advantage. But all the level 7, but oh my god, Rook gets caught out. We'll have to get out of the harm's way. Forced to flicker even.
Yeah, but he's a chip, he can risk getting caught out. So tanky, just gets regen back to quarter and full half in a quarter HP. 75%. Rook spotting out Wick, has the pressure, would go in.
Yeah, he goes in. Look at that. They go in along with that. Rook, however, gets the portal coming in. Shortcut is used, but the wild charge comes out right at the time. Nipper's passion there. Warwick, Mr. Wick is forced to back off, and Whip comes in, picks up the kill. 2-0-0 on him already. Evil Esports have the advantage.
Yep, indeed. They will be trying to go for more there, perhaps now. A sub kill here, hovering over the midsection. Kirsaki. If he gets a play, might just get caught, but Rook gonna be the one to check out the bush, and he's taking so much damage here from Sanguine Claws alongside the bad impact with Asap K here. That is the benefit of having a Nolan in your team. Revitalize use of Rook just to heal up the rest of his side. The Voice so weak, back to full HP. Grok here alone in the front lines, gets taunted. Might just go in with fracture, half HP gone, chucked down. Still has the wall charge here, waiting for his team to start the play, and that is go for it. But the retribution not gonna be connected from Viv, and instead loses the 2-0 trade. Turtle also going on the hands of Why So Weak. Very unfortunate here, Viv. That was a huge misplay coming from you. Rook though, trying to defend mid lane section. There's a bit of damage, pops the portal. That is Sicilian's gonna be in trouble. MNZ comes through it. But Zaman Force not gonna be connected. So much burst onto Rook, and it gets connected to the side of Dogman with the bloody curse.
Oh my goodness, that was a team fight that they didn't want to pick, but I think the fact that they went in on the turtle, tried to get more than they could chew, became a problem for them, and not having them in the turtle fight. Oh my goodness, here goes to the fracture, and will
Indeed, Kurisaki getting taken off so fast. Also, that's the problem with the Nolan. He's just so quick on the action. Sometimes even you just might miss it if it happens in a blink of an eye. Twice a week here, forced to back off. They will be trying to go and defend this bot lane turret, I believe, sir. Rotations might just come in. Charizard X might be the one to do it, but he's gonna be blocked here by the dog man. Possibly could find someone still hovering over the top section. Why so weak here? Wants to take this turret, will be successful in doing so. Eyes on the chip, possibly, but they do find the Kurisaki and the bad impact, finish him off with Mayo kill for the side of Team Why So Weak. Rook here, doesn't matter if he's so tanky. He gets melted by 4 members of Why So Weak. They're getting a second tier turret. Not being contested, mid lane section just might be in trouble. They might just get sandwiched here. Rico trying to be done by MNZ, but no, they are going to be escaping safely.
Yeah, I think that greedy draft not working out for Evil so far, and you can see Charizard X as well. Just trying to do quite a lot of damage with that 005 on this Gatot. Just a little too much for them to deal with. They have this late game Sicilians already scaled up so well right now, and I think this is going to be a problem from their side. The Nolan, the scale, the Sicilian as well, and now the Herod, the Ling, they're looking for answers. The Louis is the one they should be looking for, but not having a great game thus far. 1-2-2. Kirisaki. Yeah, I think it all comes down to how the Dogman will be able to use that wild charge and be the difference maker. But look at that, Lindwell. They want to go in. Mr. Wick is just trying to zone them out. Ling gets caught out, and Whiff here should be next.
Up indeed, but Dogman here, stranded in of nowhere. It's taunted so much. There's a pull. There's Kaylee taken down by Viv here. Huge kill coming in. Well, I believe that was a shutdown, so a lot of gold going towards the lane here. We'll be able to capitalize possibly in the midsection. But oh, look at those abilities. AOG with Bazooka. That's zoning the side of Evil Esports just to get the turret. And they will be falling back. Very good discipline coming from side Why So Weak.
Yeah, Why So Weak are playing discipline. Realize that it's Evil Esports that they're going against, one of the favorites, not just to make it out of here, but also favorites for the tournament. So, of course, they have to play it safe. But will they be able to do so? Because, of course, the chip will make a big difference along with MNZYZ. He's looking for the damage.
Top lane here. Viv gets sniped. And tries to go in. Oh, with a flicker. Nibiru so low in HP. He even had the Tempest of Blade to spare. Didn't utilize it, knowing he was safe. Or, I mean, if he did use it, it would have got sort of a Finch Poister, a bit risky for him. But Evil Esports here looking very shaky right now, not knowing who to target for. Why So Weak positioning has been impeccable. Rook just might be the one for the starter, as you did say. Dogman though in the bush, gonna be revealed.
Yeah, he's trying to. And at this point around the Dogman being the target for them, and he's trying to zone them over, but he's not able to. Mr. Rick just walks into the back line, zoning Whip away from his purple. Lindwell, this might be another one.
Yeah, but the wall charge coming in, but Flicker just connected. Nibiru's ultimate being popped also. Rook getting melted down, tries to run away, but Wick getting the kill for that. His chip gets taken down for Evil Esports. Why So Weak here? Could possibly go for Lord there within the bush here. Possibly waiting for someone to catch off guard. Maybe the back line is, but he missed on the skill too. Tries to go into Sicilian. Taunt coming in from the Gattacacha, but the Tempest of Blade just enough to get the shutdown onto Ohio. He dashes back into safety, but the Grok just might be in some trouble. No, he managed to escape. But all the while, we have Kaylee here taking the Lord while all these actions happening. Ball lane section also. MNZ pushing onto the turret. Gonna be distracting Team Why So Weak a little bit. But they will be waiting for defense here with just playing around with the pitch boys.
Yeah, I mean, he has to, right? He's looked to split push the entire map. That's why he's got the Finch boys going in at the moment. But MNZ-wise, looking to get the team fights going down. Lord marching down mid lane. Well, this could be the end for Evil Esports, to be honest.
Yeah.
They'll be looking to end the game, but will they be able to do so? That's the big question.
Yeah, the problem is lanes are not being synced, so this law is going to be melted a little bit faster by Viv here. And they will be going to bot lane second tier turret though. Waiting in the bushes, waiting for an opportunity here perhaps to go onto Evil Esports. Spots out Rook. First one here. sees the Dogman, backline in safety, but not gonna commit here. They know their positioning. They know who to go for. If they go for it right now, it would have been a little hard to commit fully. So why so weak here, opting for taking all the jungle farm in from the side of Evil Esports, which Kronos so far how Evil is playing is getting very hard to catch the backline of why so weak.
Yeah, the fact that why so weak are playing so safe, Mr. Wick just providing so much zone for the rest of the team. Charizard willing to be a sacrificial lamb every single time with that avatar of the Guardian, can go in, can also protect the backline as well. While ASAP Kelly just looking for the opportunity to pick someone off, but I think that's what it's going to be. But if he's able to pick off Kirisaki before the fight even begins, or MNZYZ, that could be the difference maker. But here, Charizard X.
Oh, try to go in, but no, just gonna get a stack for the TB. Yeah, they're finding someone possibly. They will be waiting for this Lord fight that'll be coming up at the Kronos. I just have to say, oh wait, they went for a divergence play in top lane section here. This is quite unexpected, but mid lane, looking a little bit vulnerable. Voice Weak doesn't really know this though. So Evil Esports, they're still in the bush, Kronos.
They're waiting onto someone. They know they need to pick someone off, and this is the moment. But they realize this is not the time. The time is to go for the Lord on the other side, and Rook is the only one that's remaining there because he has the portal, he has the shortcut to help everybody out.
Yep, indeed. But it will be a little bit late to the party, so a lot of pressure on Dogman to be the front line. Charger X giving the vision here. Viv and Kirsaki being spotted out. This is the goal to take control of the map section and the bot lane section. And possibly the Dogman also, who might be in a bit of trouble. Fracture coming in. Forced to use the wall charge very early on, just as the Lord spawns here. But Wig being chased a little bit by Viv there. There comes about impact. A lot of damage coming to backline. Forced to go back. The chip though, Rick is in the back line. Has to force out the recall. If he gets caught out now, it would have been quite impossible for Evil Esports to possibly contest this, but they are going for a split push instead, which, will not go unchecked though. What? Charge out X hovering over here. Gonna cancel out the Lord. They don't want to go for it here in this team fight, especially with all of them grouped together. A lot of positioning here on the advantage of Evil Esports. No info there. Why so weak here? Doesn't want to commit. Goes to defend those lanes. Back here. MNZ tries to push on the third. Falls to Jalen Force. Chrono Dash coming in also. But AOG pushes back just enough. Still waiting in the bush though. Viv gonna start off the Lord. And Fracture coming in onto the Dogman. So much damage here. This Nolan Kaylee has been quite the hero for his team. But the Flicker Play coming in and Nibiru Ultimate being popped also. There is the Tempson Blades, but you're all alone. I don't think you can do that much damage here. That's popped out and escaped from the team fight. Top lane though, MNZYZ just might look for a cancelled play. There's the divergence to stop the recall for it, but Charger X, is he gonna make it back? And the portal here coming in. Lower Yido all alone as a frontliner. They got an inhibited there, but at what cost? Kirsaki gonna be the first one to fall here in this team fight. Chip gets chased around. Rook gets cleaned up by Senzu, sending him to Ohio. And Evil Esports here. Only 2 members left. 3, never mind, to defend this Lord push, which is upcoming. We have the Temples of Blaze from there. Fracture damage so high here from Kaylee. Wants to go in, wants to win it, really greedy on doing so, but it's quite understandable with the position they've been through. Tries to cut off the Lord's path here. Viv trying to play a bit more time for his team for the response to come in from Rook and Kirisaki. Little mid lane turret gets taken down. There's the AOG onto the Dogman. He gets taunted. It's all MNZYZ to defend this Lord, which is looking quite impossible. Chrono Dash also not gonna save you from that. And team, why so weak? Taking game number 1.
Oh my goodness, Linville. Oh my goodness. That was a clutch moment coming in from Why So Weak. They had the idea. They knew what they were lacking. And I said it before and I'll say it again. Evil Esports quite greedy with their draft, understanding that these are all meta heroes. And of course, they work well together, but these are the heroes you don't get every single time in the game. So getting greedy this time around means that, that was Yeah, it was just very
Yeah.
greedy. It was just very greedy.
Yeah, they needed an answer for the Gato Gacha, which could have gotten a Lunos or maybe a Nathan, but in this case, it's quite difficult. Well, yeah, dude, we need to go back to the casting desk here. Lips waiting for is. You've seen this entire match, and why so weak? The team that took out his team here won the first round of the match. Oh, it's quite unfortunate. I mean, Lip, yeah, I know you're shaking your head, man.
It was a great match from Week, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Still they were not doing much. With the Louis
Mm.
pick and that Chips pick, I don't know about that. So yeah, Week
Yeah.
won. Like Evil, they have to be a little bit serious this time. Like if they lose this game, it's not gonna be good for them. They are gonna be
Yeah.
out tournament. Yeah, so what do you think
Give us your
about the
give us your
pick?
insights in Manipuri, man.
Oh, should I speak in Manipuri?
Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
Why
Okay,
not?
okay.
Why not?
Come on,
Live?
for the viewers.
Okay,
For the viewers.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯆꯤꯞꯀ ꯂꯨꯏꯒ ꯑꯅꯤꯃꯛ ꯄꯥꯏꯁꯟꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯀꯩ ꯈꯟꯒꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗꯣ
Hoy, like double teleport. Kari to bro.
Greedy.
Bro, like they teleport there and then come back. What is that? Why?
I mean, there was an idea, right? There was an idea. There was a small window of opportunity where they wanted someone to go apply the top pressure. They were looking to end the game. That's what it was. If somebody went on the other side, they would have cleared the wave and they would have ended the whole thing in one fell swoop. That was what Evil Esports were thinking. It was a possibility. Didn't work out, so they had to go back to square one, find a different answer. And Viv, not really having a great game on that
Unfortunately,
link.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen other players do well. The Dogman did really well. MNZYZ was good. Rook, unfortunately, I would say got over aggressive. That's a problem that you see happen with the chip all the time. But I think the ability for Viv was there to carry the game. It's just that he didn't have enough space. And once Mr. Wick started getting a few items, just started going into the jungle, and Viv really couldn't do anything about it. And that's why Evil Esports, I think, rather than being greedy for the next draft, they should think over what works for them. Put the Dogman on the Cho. He's been an absolute beast. Put MNZYZ on the Moscow. Put him on the Beatrix. He's been doing so well.
Yep.
Viv has been doing well with the Ling, of course. He's done well with the Alpha before. So these are two picks that they can juggle in and out. And of course, I think Rook does play well with the Edith. He's done well with the Grok. So I think they should go back to square one and try to level up from there.
Yep, indeed.
So, like,
And that's a problem also with having the chip, right? You see it banned so many times in tournaments and ranks. You don't get the practice in, especially if you go for the first time at least, or if you have few less experience with it. It's hard to commit through. And if you don't, so you saw Rook being overly aggressive, right? So if you don't have a front layer, it's only going to be the Dogman, the Grok. So Luo Yi positioning is going to be pretty hard. You'll have to play very think a lot, and when you think a lot about your positioning, you lose the other macro abilities. So namely being the pickoffs, how to go for a huge target, expecting the AOGs on certain scenarios. If you're thinking about where to position yourself too much, it's gonna come and bite you back in the dust.
So like you guys have seen Ling play from VIV, like
Yeah,
from yesterday.
his Suyo is better.
Yeah, the
not
Jet,
Link.
like people are not happy with his Ling. Even I'm not happy with his
No,
Ling.
no one is.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
think the expectation is too high, right? I think the expectation is too high for Evil Esports to come back and make this. And of course, at the same time, they can pull it off. And Viv has been doing well with the Ling. It's just we're trying to expect some worldly play that doesn't happen. He's doing the basics, but it's a team game. So I think the team definitely will be looking to go gung ho the next time because they definitely don't want to lose that one.
yeah, Evil Esports, they have to play a little bit serious this time because like if
Because
they don't
Vice
win
the
this,
Week beat Live Gaming's team.
Yeah, you
why
gotta
so
have
weak? Why
redemption,
so weak?
revenge.
I'm not gonna lie, they are really good actually. They got lots of.
Yeah.
So I think for now we're gonna go back to the draft. Second match, here we go. Transition.
Indeed. Thank you for that, Lip. And yeah, we'll see you around. Possibly, if a third game does happen, a lot of pressure on Evil Esports here, Try to take it off take off that tension a little bit and focus a bit more on the draft. The Chrono said it was greedy, but I sort of disagree. It was greedy, but they could have made it work. So they could have been everywhere in the map, but they were always stagnant. That was the problem. If you go with that composition, it's and you don't utilize it to the fullest. I mean, at that point, just go with a different draft, I'd say. But yep, I think it's a little bit of switch up there. Or is it gonna be Jenny in the casting desk?
Oh, wait,
All right.
is he not here?
Hello, Miss Jenny. Are you there?
Yeah. Yes, I'm here. What happened in the first game? What went
Okay.
wrong?
So a little bit of an update. The viewers also already saw it, but basically, Evil Esports went for a very greedy draft. They didn't fully commit to it, and then played it a little bit more backhand. And there was a problem in rotations, problem in positioning. So why so weak? Being the top semi-finalist here for the state of Manipur, which Manipur one of the best states for ML right now. So you have to step it up and bring your A game if you want to make it in the big leagues. So far, why so weak here, performing tremendously well. Evil Esports has to step it up a notch if they want to go towards the finals, which we will find out in this draft that's currently happening. But yes, I'm gonna be your caster, Linwell, for this match, alongside Missy Jenny here, bringing the colorful commentary.
Yeah. Well, so this is the team you need to look out for. Well, moving on to this draft, by the way, they have penned away the Nolan as well as the Vexana. Chip and Suyo on the other side. We saw that Ling was being prioritized by the Evil Esports in the last match. Do you think that's going to be repeated?
Might happen, but I think it's gonna be different second time around because we've seen this happen with a lot of teams. First match usually a warm up, maybe the nerves are still getting to them. Second match more stabilized. They'll need to do that if they're not, and bans here which are quite normal coming from both teams, alongside even the Chip and Suyo. But Edith and Nolan ban here coming from Why So Weak. They're going for specific strategy bans here, which this time around, it's going to be very interesting. The second game, a lot of heroes going to be open for both teams to grab.
Yeah, definitely a lot of power picks are being led through here. And I saw the impact of Kato Takashi in the last match as well. The AOG was well timed every time he used it, don't you think?
Yep. A perfect positioning, always good call to use it. Especially, we don't see Gatot ultimate use that much as zoning ultimates most of the time. So earlier, Why So Weak used it alongside the Bazooka ultimate to get those second tier turrets, which, just getting that level advantage and the goal advantage, which snowballed into them having a stronger late game at only like around 12 minutes or 9 minutes. Is quite the impact, if you ask me. But Why So Weak here? Gonna pull up another strong pick with a Zushin being available. Zushin is gonna be such a good hero here against the composition of Evil Esports.
Yeah. I mean, now you're gonna have to be very careful with what you pick in the front line. Oh, they're going for a Ling again. They're not giving up. And also a Grog will be followed. Well, this is interesting. Grog in the EXP lane, I suppose. Once again, and the Ling. Yeah. You tell me. Is this gonna work this time?
Yep. I mean, we've seen it before. We've seen it again. This time around, with again on the link, he wants his redemption. Everyone in the chat is like, play a different hero. You've got the skills. Play a different hero. This link is not for you. But he's trying to prove it strong. I don't know if it's the right time to do it or if he doesn't have a backup plan. But a Ling is quite difficult here going against this Hilo, Sushin, and Alpha composition.
Exactly.
It's unless you're godly or you have an amazing setup. It's very situational. So Evil Esports, I don't know if they're making the right call for it.
Yeah, I feel like Why So Weak is doing a pretty good job. In the last match, they were OP and could be a clean sweep if this goes on, right? Well, unfortunately, I haven't seen Why So Weak play before. Even yesterday, I missed your match, but wow, what a team. Anyways, they also banned the Khalid from the side of Evil Esports, trying to cut away options for EXP. Well, not sure yet if the high loss is for the EXP lane or the roam, but I think it's probably going to be EXP, right?
Yeah, very likely so. Very likely so. Unless they get a huge XP laner here on maybe like the Gato Gacha, and both Hylos and Gato Gacha could go revitalized, but Gato Gacha's banned, so scratch that. And what other options they have remaining? The Matilda's ban here, Gato Gacha ban, Grok's already picked. Could go for maybe a Kufra if you want more initiation, because Kufra does work decently well with the Hylos and the Alpha. If you pair alongside Azushin also, it's gonna be pretty good incoming. But bans there. Why so weak here? Why do you think they're gonna ban? Oh, never mind.
Oh, they did the Harriet. They're trying to cut out the options for the goal lane as well, since they're yet to pick one. And no more AOG. We saw that the AOG was a disaster for Team Evil Esports the last match. Really good timing every time. So, well, EXPs, when you talk about EXP, what are the picks that are being led through as of right now? We have an Arlot still. And what else?
Phobius.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe the Black Dragon, although it's a little bit difficult. But the Dogman here sticking with good, all reliable, gonna lock in that show. And hey, man, I respect it. If you take the win, that's amazing for you. If you take the loss, you're going down, playing your best, which that's what we like to see for Evil Esports here. We want them to play their best. And Why So Weak here has been playing it tremendously well. So they're going to be having to kick it up a notch with this draft here, which is looking super strong against Evil Esports composition, unless the Dogman pulls up, another Wave of Dragon.
Yeah. Well, we saw what Dogman did with the show yesterday. He was a difference maker. He was the one who picked the right choices in every time. Even, I think you remember, both of us, we were like almost shouting when they were the match, right? And he got the Beatrix pick, and we were like, whoa, now no one's going to be there to defend, right? Anyways, we got a Tigreal from the side of Why So Weak. And 1-1. Will 1-1 be able to dodge show? What do you think?
Oh, it's a 50-50 now. So, Evil Esports, I mean, Why So Weak here? The 1-1, if you're playing the 1-1, you're not only going to be looking out for the Cho. You're going to be looking out for the Aurora. You're going to be looking out for the Grok. Possibly if they all come towards you and you don't have Flicker, or if it's an Inspire 1-1, you're going to have a lot of difficulty positioning, I'd say. If Evil Esports, they want to commit towards the goal lane, which they have a very good reason to. MNZ has been a really good goal laner, so he's been performing really well. Although previous game it was just a draft diff, man, at that point, so quite difficult for that. But this time around, Evil Esports here a little bit more flexible, but they'll need to commit to those coordination and communication if they want to make the early game fights to their victory. But we are on starting the match here. Top 8 playoffs of Manipur, the final semifinals of today. And what other way to bring us out other than Evil Esports as well as Why So Weak, which Why So Weak here, 1-0 right now. And the pressure is on Evil.
Definitely. Well, with that, Kronos is back in the dash to continue the match with you. Kronos, bro, what's up?
Hey, thank you so much, Jenny. And I think there was a little bit of audio issues I had in the previous game. Hopefully that gets fixed up right now. And at the moment, Linville, ready to rock and roll. I see the draft and I see Evil Esports have gone back to square one. And let's see how it goes from here on out.
Yep, indeed. Looks like Charger X will be the first one to try and bait out. And that is a wonderful bait of Revitalize coming in from Viv. But he's going to be targeted. Retribution also being used to secure the level 4. And being chased down by the rest of Team Why So Weak, which are coordinating towards the bot lane section. Unless Wave Clear coming in the mid lane section. It looks like Senzi just might be in a bit of trouble. Here comes the Doorman on towards him. Frozen and First Blood going towards Evil Esports here. Amazing First Blood to start us off. Sushin getting taken off the ball. Mr. Weak here has to go in the long way around. forced by the Guardian's barrier. Ball lane section looking like it might be a gank, and Jujutsu is gonna play it safe. That's I don't know how I did see that name before around, but yeah, that was quite a funny name going.
Yeah, quite funny indeed. And I think, look at the charge effect this time given a little bit more of a passive role, I would say. But the dog man over here, he wants to make the aggressive play.
Yep, indeed. Try to go in. Mr. Wick here, trying to catch him off. Yeah, with Dragon not being committed, he's going to be pulled back by Lantern. There is the Spear of Alpha and gets kicked, but flickers out in the nick of danger. And the massive freeze here coming in from Kirasaki. Gets the kill. Kaylee taken down. Rogue here just might be the next one, although he is still alive and healthy. Gonna get slowed here by Kirasaki, while he gets pulled with Lantern. Mr. Wick punching off. Retribution just might be used by Viv to secure the turtle, as Waisoik here gets a trade-off but loses a turtle and the jungler in the process.
Yeah, I think at this moment in time, you can see that they're trying to get control, but unable to do so. Both teams fighting tooth and nail to get it. And a pause has been requested, folks.
Indeed. Just have to wait a little bit of time before going through that. But yes, the game so far has been quite good.
Is the one that actually
Just having really great time, the Charger X. Oh, Dogman doing so much damage as a show onto these hilos.
Yeah, I think right now the Dogman is the one that actually needs to get this everything started, right? He has to go in with the Cho. He's the one that has to give the setup. And right now, he looking to make the play, definitely. Rook on the charge with the trusty Grok, while Mr. Wick trying to zone them away with the Tiger. Look at them. They're just exchanging emotes, Linwell.
Yeah, indeed. It's just, roamer things. Both Rick and Mr. Wick here, really good roamers in the past, and this time around. And they're fighting to the neck here to stay in the NEC here. Although, looks like Evil, looking in the aggression, has answered it a lot of times. But, Senzu here playing it a bit more safe now. He took a kill early on. The Dogman has to go back to his lane, but there is the rotation there coming in on both sides. X?
Outside. Oh, the Dogman, though. He went in for the Way of the Dragon quite early. He thought he could get him, but I think it was just to try and zone them away as well. I'm not sure what he was thinking right there. Did he get caught, Linwell? Did I miss something? But never mind. Here comes the glorious pathway from Charizard X right now. And look at Rook. He's getting zoned out instantly. Power of nature coming out, but he gets picked up. But the frigid glacier hits right on time. Here comes Whip. He wants to go in, but ASAP Keely. Oh my goodness. He went in with the Spear of Alpha, not able to do the damage that he needed. And Wiv came into the party right on time. But here comes the Dogman getting zoned out with the Sacred Hammer coming in from the Doctor or Mr. Wick. Looking like a doctor this time around. Turtle started by Evil Esports. They're looking to get the snowball going.
Yep, indeed. Free Silver coming in. Let's just look like Haley. Might go in.
Oh my goodness, and look at that. Tempest Blade goes up, but he misses the turtle. Indeed, Wiv has to get out after picking up those blades. And look at the invade coming in. 4 versus 4, but they don't want none of it. Evil Esports back off instantly, realizing they cannot win this one. They can't win it all, but they want to take the game by storm indeed, Linwell.
Indeed. It looks like Rook will be the one targeted here after that.
Oh, Rook here has the crossbow thing unlocked for the 1-1. And I think Susu over here might be a problem. Kirisaki might get zoned away. They do have the anti-dive factor, but there's no one that can actually pair well with the Dogman. The Dogman does really well on the Cho, but if you're putting MNZYZ on the Claude, you don't have that instant burst that is needed for this Cho, and that could be a factor that Evil Esports haven't looked into, as none of them have that burst potential. So Rook right now trying to provide the zone at the same time. With farming up, MNZYZ takes the gold crab, and they're looking to get that gold lane control alongside the mid river as well. Oh, Blazing Duet comes out, but oh my goodness, Spear of Alpha connects. He gets taken down, and Wick here goes in for the implosion play, gets it. Pride of Ice from Kirisaki to help him survive, but on the back line, the dog Rook went in for the big wild charge, got the kill, and Wiv here, he might get caught out. Here comes the Glorious Pather to cut their path away, and Wiv, along with Rook, get picked up with the Lantern Flare. Tempest of Blades goes up with the Dogman with the knock-up at the right time. Way of the Dragon on towards Mr. Wick. He gets taken down, one after the other. Trades made left and right, center, across the board, and Whip trying to pick up the pieces, trying to clear the waves, and get something going for the side of Evil Esports. They haven't lost so much.
Yep, indeed. Getting those trades have been quite a good thing here for the side of Evil Esports here. Especially now, Rook knowing his team's already gonna die anyway, so commits towards the 1-1 here to cancel out the goal game and enable the labeling fields to, the fields, goal fields to be a little bit more balanced for him. But, could kick him in.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. They have to use a lot of spells, Linwell. Yes, the kick came in from the Dogman, but the amount of spells they used the Frigid Glacier to, Viv had to do the damage as well, along with the Frosty, to even get them down. And Charizard X, baited out so much. And I think if they do that time and time again, Evil Esports might definitely be on the back foot.
Yep, indeed. This time around, they don't have the abilities here to go on to Ohio.
Oh my goodness, but look at that. The Spear of Alpha ASAP Killy was able to get that going, and Shenzo picked up the kill from Ohio indeed. Not Ohio gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. Doing really well this time around, while MNZYZ was able to pick up something for himself, as on the top side here, Jeet Kundo goes in. He has the Way of the Dragon, doesn't want to use it as well. Right now gets used it, but able to use the pins and needles, trying to save him. Mr. Wick comes in. Rook trying to get back, force the flicker out as well. The control that they have in the game so far. Why so weak? Asking Evil Esports the same question. Why so weak right now? But at the same time, Wiv wants to go in. Finch poise, but look at the zonage coming in, Linwell.
Yep, indeed, really hard here. Evil Esports getting suffocated by Why So Weak. Looks like Glorious Pathway is going to be dropped.
Oh my goodness, and they want to go in to try to get that, but Mr. Wick in the back line gets the implosion, and you can see they stacked up the CC, and oh my goodness, Rook got instantly burst out. The Spear of Alpha, the Lantern Flare. Looks like Why So Weak are having a disco ball under what the side of Shenzo is providing with that control, and they have to split the map. They have to play the macro game, but look at the Wanwan just absolutely going berserk. Tempest of Blades goes down. They get the kill. They get the invade, though, the side of Why So Weak.
Indeed, and all the while happening here, Evil Esports, Kirisaki stalling out Why So Weak a little bit. So macro plays coming out are really strong for Evil, but the targeting, that's the option, which you've been also telling us. Charger X being the first one always to be targeted, which is in the end a really good benefit for Why So Weak, especially to get those massive ultimates gone.
Wait a minute. How were Evil Esports able to take control? But oh my goodness, over here, Rook trying to lead the charge, baits out the Spear of Alpha. Not a long cooldown. And right now, the Dogman, he's the one to make the play. Has the flicker. No burst damage though. MNZYZ, Claude with the macro play, along with Wiv on the Ling. A lot of macro plays possible from the side of Evil Esports, and that's what you're looking at right now. The tangle for the Lord. It's not a luminous one, but the dance has already started, Linwell.
Indeed. But looks like it's just a bait for now. Why So Weak wants to take this team fight. They know they have the advantage in numbers, which Rook just might be the first one to get pulled by the Lantern. They're still hovering over that, but
with a chain CC one after the other, doesn't have the option to even use the Tempest of Blades, gets taken down. Spear of Alpha, Sacred Hammer, Implosion, and next on the chopper block is the Dogman. He gets picked up and put down like the dog he is. And oh my goodness, Why So Weak are dominating the game so far. 31,000 gold to Evil Esports 28. They're not far behind, but they have no map control. They're lacking what they need, and you can see Charizard X just zoning them away from Why So Weak, just being a nuisance, being a problem, being the frontline peel that his team needs as the Lord comes in marching down the top lane.
Yeah, and they're looking really hard for the side Evil Esports defenders. Mr. Weak also going to the back line with the Sacred Hammer, but he just might get punished. A lot of
Yeah,
ultimates being used there.
He
Yeah.
did get punished though, but I think Rook sacrificing that big wild charge could be the play. That Mr. Wick doesn't have the flicker, but he does have the implosion, so they can't really dive on towards him right now. MNZYZ has to use the blazing duet, and here comes Charizard X with the glorious pathway. They're trying to cut him off. The Lord is on the top side. They want to end the game so far, but Mr. Wick goes in with Sacred Hammer. Blazing duet comes out to try and clear the way, but there it is, Frigid Glacier, and instantly Mr. Wick gets taken down. The kill in the hands of Wiv right now. And Evil Esports live to see another day, but the Dogman wants to go in, gets caught out with the Spear of Alpha, but he can see the back line. He comes in with the Tempest of Blades. He got no damage to dish out Viv right now. 4-2-1 sitting pretty on that Ling, but looks like Why So Weak want to end the game. Glorious Pathway comes in, but they get frozen by the Frosty Winds. Rook gets the Guardian's Barrier going, and Evil Esports buy themselves some more time, and time is what they need.
Yep, indeed. They will be looking to possibly make a comeback, which so far, twice a week, has not given the space to be breathing for them. And, the only way how Evil Esports can win at this point, if you ask me, is maybe get the frontliners, bait them off for those abilities, at least the implosion. The only one who can do that is Rook here, who so far, Mr. Week, has been saying it precisely well. He knows exactly when to use it. He's not going to be one to waste that ability. But this might be caught there in the midsection here. They're all going towards the Alpha. K Lee just might be in some trouble. Top lane.
Yeah, Way of the Dragon connects, but they're using too many spells, but the shutdown so very much needed. Kirisaki picks up the kill, but they used a lot of spells in return as Rook now trying to buy some time, but he gets in. The Wild Charge Whip comes in after using the Finch Poise, but they go in after the Crimson Peak. It comes out, the knockup is there, and oh my goodness, with Evil Esports trying to take this game by storm, trying to find a way, trying to find answers, and Linwell, they found an answer, didn't they?
They just might be able to end this game here, at least first top section, get those turrets maybe towards the second inhibitor, even towards the inhibitor. This might happen. There, Wise a Week has to go for a recall, which Evil Esports here, the macro play coming in is quite precise. The Dogman has been so good with getting those G-Kundos on the perfect targets, waiting for abilities to bait out those dashes, and then go in with the dashes, because Cho is the most mobile hero in ML 5v5 right now. So just can go through the walls, go through the targets, and punish this Zushin here, who, even if she has a dash, doesn't matter, but they can play coming in.
Yeah, look at that. Frigid Glacier popped along with everything, but the Spear of Alpha connects. Here comes the Blazing Duet with the Winter Crown. Oh my goodness, that was a big 5-hit play right there, but Finch Boy's able to get him out of there. Wiv was barely able to survive, and look and see Shenzu from Ohio going with the Crimson Beacon, trying to dish out the damage, trying to get some control, but Susu over here, he wants to go in. Pride of Ice can't really help him survive. He gets taken down. Kirisaki, the base crystal left cracked open from the mid side. MNZYZ, Rook will have to back off. The Dogman just came back up, but Wiv here trying to survive, use the Finch Point to get out of harm's way. And oh my goodness, Why So Weak turned their attention once again to the Lord. It's a luminous one. This dance is going to be a solo one for them, as they're able to pick it up quite easily, while the side of Charizard Exa, along with Shenzu, zoning them away. Evil Esports is looking dire, Linwell.
Yep, indeed. Just have to pull it off, possibly there, Rook. Here comes the ball charge here. What?
Oh, he did. Tempest of Blades goes up. The Crimson Beacon comes out. Wiv really has to get out of harm's way. There's not enough damage that he can dish out. He does have the purple, but will he be able to do so? And oh my goodness, the 1-1 comes in. Pops everything that they can. It is looking dire, Linwell. It is looking dire indeed.
Evil Esports just might need the miracle to be happening here. They need a hero right now. Middle lane currently being pushed. Mr. Weak just might go in the thicker pay.
Oh, and look at that. Frigid Glacier comes out, but the Dogman gets caught out. Winter Crown is there. MNZYZ trying to take their attention away. The Brace Crystal is the target, but they're throwing everything at them except for the kitchen sink. Why So Weak? Trying to take down the giants of ML India, and looks like they are. Oh my goodness. Evil Esports have been knocked out of the Northeast Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Giants have fallen. Giants before. Giants no more, Linwell.
Indeed, here. Team Why So Weak just might be coming in with, as the Survey Corps here, taking down those Titans. Has been playing wonderfully well. And you know who they couldn't answer in those team fights at the last very moment? Susu was the unstoppable force for Evil Esports. They couldn't go for a target. They couldn't melt him down. That's the wind of nature to immune all of that. He's expecting the auroras, frigid glaciers, which, Kirisaki has been too generous with those frigid glacier, I'd say. Costed them those team fights a little bit too much. And it was just a go for the side of Team Why So Weak to capitalize and go ahead. Charger X did get caught off from the early game. But after that, there's no one who can answer him. Sure, you have MNZYZ, but as a Claude, are you just going to keep on attacking the Hylos? No. So Team Evil Esports, unfortunately here, taken down by Why So Weak, who played amazingly well. Really good drafts coming in, as well as the gameplay here. And I got to give the props to the Tigreal also, who has been always saving his ultimates, saving his flickers and the spells for the precise moment, not getting baited out. And, that is the key difference for a roamer here, especially with Tigreal. Mr. Weak knows exactly what he's doing. But we're back onto the casting desk here. Lib Gaming, man, oh
Why
man.
so
My
weak?
boy Lib,
Why
you've been watching
so
this entire time.
weak?
Like
They were literally saying that to Evil, man. They were literally telling them that why so weak? Why they were asking Evil, why so weak? Oh my god, man. 2-0. How? Okay, guys.
You know what, Lib? You asked how. I know there's a lot of fans watching. They're heartbroken, disappointed, but definitely there's a reason why. It all comes down to the draft. It's literally that. The first game, they got greedy. They overcommitted. They got the Ling. They got the chip. They got the Lu Yi. All right, you want the Lu Yi, you want the chip. Understands. You want to get the Harith on the goal lane to get that goal lane advantage, even the mid to late game power spike. Yes, it's understandable. On the EXP side, who did they have, Linville? Correct me if I'm the Grok. Yeah. They had the Dogman on the Grok to make the play. Yes, you have everything in place already. Why would you want to go for the Ling? You should go for a fighter. Maybe something of an early to mid-game power spike to provide the damage, to help the chip snowball, to help the Lu Yi provide the damage. So now that was overly greedy from them. In this game number 2, yes, the Dogman did really well on his Cho. Rook was good on his Grok. Discount the bronze medal. He was really good. He did provide the vision. He did the peeling, and the Dogman did a lot.
Great wild charges.
Yes, exactly. Brilliant wild charges. Viv, again, I'll be honest, I think this is probably the best Ling game we've seen from him so far. Did really well. Yes, you have the anti-dive factor coming in from the Aurora in the hands of Kirisaki, but if you are playing the Cho, you need that burst potential to come out from somewhere. And of course, now you don't have the burst from the Aurora. You need the burst from the goal lane. Now you put MNZYZ on a Claude, so you're lacking that burst potential. Okay, the Beatrix was banned out, but the Brody was available. You have the late game in the form of the Ling. You have the Bruno that's up for grabs. So you need to find answers. You need to find something to multiply the draft and take it to the next level. And I think not having the combination that was very well needed. You have the Cho, you need the Beatrix. Or if not the Aurora, go for the Vexana. That would have helped a lot more. Maybe something different. You need that burst potential. And the burst is what they were lacking. Even the Eve. I mean, you want to play in the kill box. That's a different story. But not having the burst potential to add on to what this Cho can provide. Because the Dogman was getting everything.
Yeah,
he was getting those kicks. He was able to.
Right.
Yeah, and I think Kirisaki just used that Frigid Glacier to get the kill on a single target when that's the skill you need to prevent the anti-dive. So once there's no when there's no Frigid Glacier, ASAP Kill Yi and Shenzu from Ohio takes the plane, Crimson Beacon jumps into the Land of Dawn, and next thing you know, that disco lights that they want to use, they can't really do anything. Mr. Wick the same. Once the Frigid Glacier is used, Flicker Implosion. And that, I would say, expending too many resources to get one single kill kind of cost them. So I would say it's not that they didn't play a good game. I just think like the draft, the thought that they had didn't really work out. So that's an answer, guys. Straight up.
And Kronos, dude. I understand the Dogman trying to get charged at X in those early games. And if he had the mid laner or mage to kill him off, then that would be completely fine. Because if you slow down a Hylos' farm, he keeps on dying. He's not going to be a front line anymore. He's going to be even weaker than the backliners, which, yeah, you have to revitalize. But then again, the anti-heal is going to be relevant. And it's very difficult to be a frontliner. Yeah, you can drop the Glorious Pathway also. But, if he gets picked off again and again, I can see why the Dogman was playing like that. I saw his vision, but, it was a vision. They didn't plan it out. So in the end, if you don't have a solid plan drawn out like perfectly well, it's hard to commit to it. But yeah, hey, a toast to you, Dogman. This Pepsi's for you.
I think you guys have already known about Italy Esport, but like you guys like known White Show Week before or like no? Okay, so let me tell you something about White Show Week.
Tell us.
White Show Week, like
They beat Lib. I know why so weak. They
No.
beat Lib Gaming's team.
No, not that. It's not that. It's fine. It's fine. My team, they can they are still learning. They can do good next time. Like there's always next time. Sure, yeah.
Exactly.
Why should
Yeah.
we like I've met like a shop was like I don't know Kaylee like personally like
Kaylee,
in
yeah.
real life.
Yeah,
And
jump-
I've already met wait, was it with that Ohio guy. Like I've already
Ohio
met them.
guy.
They are
Shenzhen,
from the
yeah.
squad Prime Eternity. Have you guys heard Prime
Ooh.
Eternity?
Oh,
They're global
Dang.
squad, by the way.
yeah.
Okay,
We know.
I've heard of Prime Eternity before, so I think coming under a different name,
Yeah, come
try
here.
and catch opponents off
Yep.
guard. Look at that strategy, folks.
That's quite
Big
smart. Yeah,
brain,
yeah.
5 head.
Mhm.
So of course, yes, Evil Esports are out of the Northeast Cup, but that doesn't mean you can't support Weisel Week. And I think they're the next one to take the charge, and it's gonna be exciting, in my opinion. The finals for the Manipur State.
Oh, Meow Meow
Yeah.
Gang versus Voice a Week.
Meow Meow Gang versus Voice a
That'd be a
Week.
great match.
It's gonna be a great man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good night for today. I think there was a great match. I think people can sleep peacefully now.
Yep.
Yeah. It was a very very intense match from this Week. Oh my god, they were playing really 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 good.
Hey, nobody's gonna sleep peacefully, Lib. Nobody's
nobody's
gonna sleep
sleep.
peacefully. You can see our streamer typing that. Nobody's gonna sleep peacefully. Of course, Evil Esports have the fans, but unfortunate that they can't progress to the north in any further stages of the Northeast Cup. But of course, there's always next time. Like Lib Gaming said, there's always
Yeah.
next time.
Fellas,
And I think
well,
they had the
fellas,
right idea.
wait. I got something to say before you go on,
Yeah.
Kronos.
No, I
It's
just
not
wanna
the
say
end
they
for
had the right
Manipur, guys. This is not the end for Manipur. Evil's out of the picture, but you still have Meow Meow Gang and Team Voice a Week. So keep
Yeah,
on
yeah.
supporting them, guys. As a state, we need to stick together for each other. And especially for the ML scene here, who recently we started up with the esports a little bit on the LAN tournament. It's only the start, guys. It's only the start. It's only been a couple of months since the game was out. You never know. Maybe a couple of months later, we just might have a better opportunity for Evil even and for the rest of India. But
never
you
know.
gotta keep on supporting Manipur. There's a reason why Manipur is one of the big titans for ML. So you guys have to just give us your support. And we
Hey,
appreciate
Lib.
you also. Yeah.
Lib, why don't you tell the viewers in Manipuri that they gotta support
Yeah, dude. Let's
state
go.
of Manipur, not just one team? Come on, Lib.
Like guys, Manipur da support of you guys. This is Manipur da mobile legends yam thina power ko. Haidi Manipur da laiba mi dana mobile legends na mga tani aduga mobile legends si kai tare haidi opportunity yam piye ko. Haidi stream to wodo oiro adagi store phamadang do sure oiro ko. Adum opportunity yam thina pi ni ko haidi. Other guys, please support guys. Mobile legend
Yeah.
bang bang.
Thank you.
It's-
Thank you
it's-
though,
oh, yeah,
for all the
5-5.
support today also. Yeah.
Hey,
Not bang
of
bang.
course. Let's not forget it's the Northeast Cup Season 1, powered by Battle Knights Esports. Lib Gaming, our host, me, your caster Kronos, alongside another caster Lindwell. These two guys are from Manipur themselves, so I know they're disheartened, they're heartbroken. But me on the other side,
It's not
just a
the
fan,
end. It's not
just
the
a fan of Mobile Legends 5v5.
Mhm.
Just saying, we want to see the best action, right, Lib?
I think
Oh, yep.
it's done for today, guys.
Yeah.
we'll be
Close
back
it
soon.
Bye-bye.
Close it
Tomorrow,
up.
right?
Close it up. Come
Not
on.
tomorrow. We'll
Give-
be back soon, guys. In
Yeah.
9 to 8 hours, maybe.
Wait, what? Oh.
I mean, we'll be back with live again, right?
Yeah,
Bye,
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to tell you that I just received my cosplay outfit. I am so excited for the Naughty's Cup. Also,
I don't know.
Oh, we need to give announcement.
Bruno, he's
Alright.
Reinhard.
I'm back again, guys. I'm back, guys. Why did you go? It was freaking 700 once again. Now it's 200. What's this? We're back again, guys.
But I think I think we said it right. We were discussing in the background. Linville, come on, tell them why what happened, why MNZYZ wasn't able to shine.
All right. Yeah. So, MNZYZ, really good marksman player, really good team fight player. Even in those cases, he was getting choked out so many situations in the early to mid game, which they were focusing in the lane. They know who to target.